What's going on, y'all? This is the Rando Convo
The
podcast.
real Rando Convo.
This is your boy, Nick Thomas. Well, my boy, I'll let him introduce himself.
It's your boy Nana. You already know. We out here.
You abusing the soundboard already, nigga?
I had to.
You abusing it?
What else was I gonna do here?
It's all right.
I'm just sitting here.
It's all right. Random jump, though. Random. You ain't pressing hard enough.
There we go.
What's going on, y'all? Each and every week we go over 3 topics of our random choosing. Usually it's something crazy going on during the week. This week's admittingly a little tame.
It's quiet. Be real with yourself, man. It's been quiet. But that's not a bad thing. Because, well, I guess coronavirus is always a news story.
But we don't want to talk about that every single week, right?
We could. So we could do updates.
Then we're going to be the Corona podcast.
Yeah, don't want that. All right, come on.
Do you think that exists? You think there's probably like...
Yes. Michelle Obama's got a podcast, bro. Jack my flow, bruv.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get as big as her podcast.
Not with that energy.
I wouldn't bet for us.
I wouldn't either.
All right, but let's get started with this
We're
shit,
here.
man.
We doing the shout outs or we just going straight into it?
We're going to our rando thoughts.
We're going into our rando thoughts. Shit, am I first?
Yeah,
All
always
right.
you first, bro.
Oh, okay.
Always you.
That's like
we
a
start
thing.
with you at
That's
all
forever,
times.
at all times. All right, cool.
You could vote against it, but
Nah, I'm not going to fight it.
go ahead.
All right, rando thought of the week, baby. You already know what we're doing. I'm going to just tell you right now, there's always going to be something more interesting than what you actually should be doing. So, sorry to hit you with a reality check. Get on your high horse. If you just open the app, close the app, and open the app, you gotta do something different, bruv. Get on your high horse. Get your money up. Get your hobbies up. Get your interest up. Get it popping. That's the rando thought of the week, baby.
All right. Well said.
Thank you.
For me, my rando thought of the week is simple.
Ooh.
If they're telling you who they are, but they're showing you something different,
Ooh, preach.
you gotta go with what they're showing you. Simple as that.
Preach, Nick.
That's my rando thought of the week, y'all.
Actions speak louder
Amen.
than a lot of motherfucking things.
Amen. All right, but let's get into this first topic, though. So,
Boy, Nick's excited.
now we've been having this debate over what the first topic should be.
That's not a debate. Nick, what's
You
the
know
first
what?
topic?
I'm gonna do a flipperoo.
We're
You know what
not
we're
doing
gonna
it?
do? You know what we're gonna do? You know what the
This
first
nigga
topic
just
is?
said
We're gonna
flipperoo.
talk about the motherfucking NBA restart.
This man really just said flipperoo. All right,
I did.
go ahead.
I did.
Come on.
I
I had to. Oh, I can go with this one too.
All
right,
this is gonna
okay.
be fun. All
All
right. So we've had a couple of pretty decent games. You know what I'm saying? We had my favorite team, the team I cheer for on a weekly basis. We came out with a dub, the LA Lakers. The LA motherfucking Lakers.
I guess you're supposed to. Hold on. Say it again.
The LA motherfucking Lakers. That's right. LeBron admittingly missed the shot. Got his own rebound.
It's all about hustle.
Laid it up for the game-winning shot with 11 seconds to go. Then proceeded to play lockdown defense on both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Maybe got away with a little bit of like a little elbow in the chest. Got away is a
tough term. But...
You know, like I didn't see the foul, even when I saw it on the replay. But the way Paul George was like mad at the end, I'm
arguing.
Like,
he might be onto something.
He might be onto something. I could definitely see it. I didn't see it though,
because you was looking at something else, huh?
my eyes are yellow and gold. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see that shit. But how'd you like the game?
It was actually a playoff caliber basketball game, which was really interesting seeing how they ain't played ball in like 3 months or whatever. But
I thought they were gonna like rest a lot of their players.
No. It wasn't a Zion problem. They hadn't played in 4 months. What you resting for?
We gonna get to Zion.
But the real situation was how I thought LA was gonna run away with it at first, and then the third quarter, the Clippers just woke up.
Which one? Because bro, the game had so many runs.
The Lakers actually
the Lakers came out strong.
On, let me say this: AD came out hooping, and everyone knew. Everyone knew.
LeBron was low key slumping at first.
Look, AD was doing all of it, any of it, and most of it. That's why I thought she was going to run away with it, because I thought LeBron was gonna show up eventually, and then that third quarter came. and the Clippers somehow got it together. And I was like, this is a basketball game. Then the fourth, and it was a little back and forth, teeter-totter. And for some reason, Kawhi's shots were short for a majority of the game. And that really threw me off. I guess his legs
Didn't
were
he have like 28 though?
And that's why I'm like, y'all can't wait for these teams to meet in the playoffs. Because Kawhi actually looked really rusty. And I'm here for all of it. If that's rusty Kawhi...
There were two takeaways I took from the game. Because the LeBron game winner, LeBron does that. LeBron's at the stage of his career.
LeBron hustles. I'll give him that.
But the thing is, LeBron, like, he has that killer mentality now.
Okay. I mean,
like, now he has. So I expect that. That's not surprising.
I think after Miami, he had to have it.
All right. AD, they couldn't stop him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Pause.
It's always something, bro. No. It's always something. NBA restart.
Yeah, we back. We had a little technical difficulties, but we got to figure it out and everything. So, just life's fault.
Okay,
just life's fault.
I can live with that.
But I think we were talking about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers.
You were talking about LeBron. We're supposed to be talking about the whole NBA restart as a whole.
I mean, we had to start somewhere because that was the best game.
Sure.
So we're starting.
Do you think the Rockets Mavs game was good?
It was good. It was a little, no Celtics, defense played whatsoever.
There wasn't.
So basketball there's two sides to basketball.
But like,
I like games of runs, including great defensive stops, and that game didn't have many.
The Mavs were Kristaps was having a day, bro. The Mavs just were.
It was a great offensive, like, just performance.
You like the Celtics Bucks?
I didn't watch that one.
Didn't watch it. Huh?
I saw like the last couple minutes, and I saw that what's his name? He had his fifth foul. Giannis had his fifth foul.
Oh, yep. And they had to put a
review.
They
didn't give him his fifth foul, and then he proceeded to make 2 and 1s. So I know Celtic fans everywhere are pissed. But I mean, Zion just seems to be the Celtic killer. Like last year in the playoffs, like he killed them.
Is it Zion or Giannis?
Did I say Zion?
You did say Zion.
It's Giannis. I mean Giannis.
Edit that, John.
Nah. We'll leave the fuck up. But Giannis, he's a Celtic killer, it seems like.
Oh, I mean, sure. I think he's just...
I feel like he matches up very... Like, there's nobody on the Celtics that can give him the work at all, defensively.
I don't think there's anyone in the East that can. Besides maybe Pascal.
I think Ben Simmons and Pascal can lock him up in a way. Like, you can't lock up a player of that level.
Okay.
But
that's the
Giannis can be slowed down, I feel, by Pascal. And I think he also could be slowed down by Ben Simmons. Like, big guys who are mobile. Like, if you're a big guy, you can stop him. Celtics don't have that.
Okay.
Like, Jason Tatum, he's good, but Jason Tatum's not there. He's not a great defender. Let alone a good enough defender to stop Giannis. Jaylen Brown is good, but he's not that big.
Not the body build.
So Giannis just eats against them. He had 35, 12 and 7.
It was a good stat line, that's for sure.
When does he have bad stat lines? He might be the modern day.
Honestly,
when
they blow people out, the stat line is actually pretty average. It means doesn't play all 4 quarters. Giannis. A lot of the games he blow him out, pretty okay stat line. I mean, for his accord, it'd be like 2010, like some assists.
I mean, his averages this year are kind of crazy.
Yeah, 2K like.
Like, I can't. It's hard to average what he averages in 2K. Like he's averaging like he's averaging what a power forward or a center would average, but then has like 5 or 6 assists as well. And it's like, damn,
that's the modern day power forward.
Yeah, he is.
Monday small forward, but nonetheless,
it's like he's a hybrid, I'd say, because I feel like he's bigger than most power forwards.
I think small ball has caused us to forget like what an old-fashioned power forward looks. So anyone that's just above a certain height or does a certain job fits that mold now.
Like he has the body of a power forward.
So does Ben.
But they both have like handles. They both have the handles of, I wouldn't say he has the handles of a guard, but he has the handles of at least a small forward.
They had him run a point guard back in the Jason Kidd days, but his handles are just good enough not to get his shit taken 9 to 10 times.
It's gonna be scary if he ever gets a jump shot.
He's going to get that jump shot.
Will he?
He's African. He's gonna get that jump shot.
He's not African, is he?
He's a Greece international.
And his parents are from Africa?
They from Africa.
Are you speaking from facts, or you just just know?
Go ahead, research it.
No, I'm asking you. Is there something you know?
He African. What's his last name?
Can't argue there.
All right, then.
I
Thank
can't
you.
argue
I'm
there.
not about to sit here and go back and forth with no nigga about this, bro.
All right, but let's talk about this Pelicans Jazz game, bro.
That was a good basketball game, especially for like the game back. What? I mean, the 20+ turnovers were ugly. Or was it 30 something combined?
That was the first thing I was gonna bring up.
No,
Like,
the 15
it was
plus
one of
turnovers
the ugliest games I've seen in recent memory.
But when they weren't turning over the ball,
They didn't look like those two teams didn't look like competitive teams. Like
the Jazz are gonna struggle without Bogdanovich. I need everyone to know that right now. So if you think this is the year the Jazz make a run, they're gonna be one of the poorest offensive teams in this restart. They just don't got it. Donovan Mitchell can't carry a whole team. But
Donovan Mitchell,
he was
at
quiet.
this point, I feel has become overrated.
Wow.
I like Donovan Mitchell, but at the end of the day, I think that Donovan Mitchell is better on paper than he actually is
in the games. I think you need to put your eyes back on the film, bro.
I like Donovan Mitchell. Like I like him a lot, but do I think that he could lead them like the first? Like, is he Luka Doncic?
No.
You know, like he's not. Like when he came out, like he's probably the second best in his class because he came out with Jason Tatum, Lonzo. So he's good compared to his draft class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with like saying he's better than what he was drafted at. But as far as like a superstar, not there yet.
What number shooting guard in the league is ED?
He's not better than Clay when he's healthy. He's not better than is Luka a shooting guard? I think he is.
He really is their point guard, if I'm being honest.
No, because Brunson is their point guard.
Who takes the ball up?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. James Harden's a point guard. Like he's a shooting guard. He's a shooting guard.
But he's their point guard too. But we know he's a shooting guard.
But I'm saying like these. But you're making my point though.
Doncic's real position is probably small.
But I'm saying all these players, like these shooting guards we're naming,
yeah,
they can, besides Clay, they can be kind of point guards. Like,
they have that point guard for.
But I'm saying he's not on that level though. Like he's not on the level of
what number shooting guard? If we're looking at saying
I don't think he's better than Devin Booker.
You don't think he's better than Devin Booker? Ouch. I'm not gonna say he is because Devin Booker can get a bucket anytime he wants.
I don't think he's better than Bradley Beal.
Ooh.
No, I don't think he's better than Bradley Beal.
I don't think it's Donovan Mitchell.
Bradley Beal has done more than Donovan Mitchell. Has more experience.
Definitely got a bigger resume. I'm just looking at where I think Donovan is now and kind of where he can be. I definitely have him as top 10. I don't know if he's top 5.
Top 10 shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not debating that.
I definitely have top 10.
I think he's top 5 at 5.
You think he's at 5?
Because we're counting Clay. I'm going to put Clay over him.
Okay.
So it's like I'm going to put Clay over him. I'm not going to rank them, but I'm going to put Clay over him. I'm going to put Devin Booker. I'm going to put Bradley Beal. I'm going to put James Harden over him. And I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Someone in the vast wonder.
I don't want to be
CJ?
I wouldn't put CJ over him.
All right. Now we'll see where the lines get across.
CJ has never led his own team or nothing like that.
That is true.
So I wouldn't put CJ. I wouldn't put what's his name? I wouldn't put Chris Middleton over him.
I think he's a small forward.
It was weird because when Giannis was small forward, like he was their shooting guard. But I think now you're right.
It's positionless basketball over there.
Right. But he's been a shooting guard his whole career pretty much. So even if I were to count him as a shooting guard, I wouldn't put him over Donovan.
Jimmy Butler.
That's who I'm missing. And that's like a push.
I think Jimmy's better defensively, obviously, but not offensively. So it depends what he values there.
I feel that's what I'm saying. It's a push because I would take Jimmy Butler defensively. I wouldn't take him offensively.
Yeah, I think that's where Donovan has him.
I think they're like on the same the same level. Player.
Got you. I think Donovan's
he's
ceiling is very high.
He's 5, like 5A.
And
then Jimmy Butler would be 5B.
All right, 5. But Jazz Pelicans game.
But
you thought it was rubbish.
Yeah. I wouldn't say rubbish. I would say disappointing.
I loved watching Jordan Clarkson be the player that he's always wanted to be, where no one else will shoot, so he's got to do all the shooting. And he was having the time of his life.
But that shouldn't be the case.
That
shouldn't happen. Like Jordan Clarkson should not. That's like when the Lakers win. That's like when we won against the Clippers. Not the most recent time. Not the most recent time, but when Avery Bradley was balling out.
Anyone can get hot at any night, Nick.
That's what I'm saying, but it's like you can't count on that.
You shouldn't.
Like Jordan Clarkson balling, you can't count on that.
Can you count on Lonzo Ball breaking every shot?
Yeah. And that's sad for me because the Pelicans, I like the Pelicans just because
I think they're built very well.
I followed the Lakers, when Lonzo, Ingram,
Julius
Hart.
Randle.
Oh my God.
Julius
We
Randle.
ain't gotta go
We
to
can
Julius
talk about
Randle.
Julius Randle, bro. Like, put some
Why? Why do we need to talk about it? What has he done relevant that makes him worthy of us talking about right now?
top 5 triple doubles in the league at the power forward position in the last 3 years.
Whatever. I
Stat of the
don't
year,
hate. I don't
baby.
hate Julius Randle. That's why it didn't work. That's why it didn't work at first.
Nah, I forgot my headphones. That's why.
But nah, I think that Lonzo, Ingram, Hart, Clarkson, they all have potential.
For sure.
And I really like that,
They're gonna make a great bench in New Orleans.
That's messed up. That's messed up. Like, I low-key cheer for them because they're former Lakers.
Nah,
and the result of them equals AD. So I'm grateful.
That was not an equivalent exchange. I don't give a fuck what nobody said.
No, it was.
Fuck no.
On who got dicked over? Who got dicked over? I don't think anybody got dicked over.
I think the Pelicans are blessed to end up with Zion. And
that's the only reason why they made the move, though. Remember, Zion got the first overall pick, and then they traded.
Like I said,
if they didn't get Zion, they're not doing it.
Yeah,
they're not doing that shit. They're not doing this shit at all. But since they got Zion, they're like,
you understand why they didn't get dicked in that trade solely because they had Zion to make it work. If Zion's not there, they get dicked in that trade.
No, because they still got draft picks though. They got draft picks.
They get dicked in that trade.
No, they didn't. They got draft picks. Ingram's averaging like 25.
Ingram's glow up for them.
Ingram is like, LeBron even said it. LeBron's like, this kid's gonna be special. He just couldn't be special under LeBron because they play the same position.
He's putting up all-star numbers. He's doing great. Even that development was unseen by a lot. So that was like, I
wasn't surprised when I saw that.
Really? He's only got
Ingram
4
has
more minutes.
always been like flash. He's honestly always been like a poor man's KD.
Really?
I've said that from jump. Like, he's always been like a poor man's KD.
Okay.
He's never gonna be KD.
Okay.
But he has that same skill set.
All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. From what he showed me in Los Angeles, I wasn't seeing it. So his development, I feel like a lot of people.
Is it safe to say I probably watch more LA Laker games than you? Like, just watching. When I had League Pass and everything, I probably watch at least like 50 of their games.
I believe all that, Nick.
And watching his every game, you can see him doing like something a little better. Like, you can see him getting better. There was improvement. Then when LeBron got there, it kind of stalemated just because you're asking him, since he's been like on the blow up, you're asking him to take a step back to adhere to LeBron. Not everybody can do that.
Okay.
That's all. I don't know if I could do that if I was a basketball player. And I'm like, I know I have all-star potential, but you're asking me, the king is here. You got to like step back a little bit. I'd be like, what? I think on that level that happened, and obviously when he was threatening to get traded, the trade deadline, I'm sure it didn't help either.
It's all noise. You feel me? When I saw him play, I thought there was a cap. I didn't think he had met it where he was.
Has he exceeded your expectations?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
He's an all-star player right now.
He hasn't exceeded. He's literally at my expectations of what I thought he'd be.
Okay.
So now
I don't think this is
the issue is that 25 points don't mean you can lead a team.
This is my thing.
That's a difference.
Ingram's come up, like I said, was unforeseen for a lot. But let's say like that happens, like it did,
right?
And that trade looks a little bit better. Y'all still dick them.
How? They got Lonzo too, and they got Hart.
Hart is going to be a great bench player for years to come.
And they got Lonzo.
Lonzo was going to be a conundrum for years to come.
As far as Lonzo goes, Lonzo's going to probably average in his prime, probably like 12, 6, and 10.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is Lonzo Ball. Rajon Rondo before he realized he had to get layups and win games.
Okay, and Rondo is I feel like that's a very good comparison for him. I feel like if he's Rajon Rondo, that's a success.
He doesn't have a KG, Ray Allen, or Paul Pierce around him.
Right, not yet, but he has Ingram, Zion, and that's like Ingram's averaging 25 right now, and I think Ingram could be better. And then you have Zion, who at some point we're going to see Zion as a superstar. That's gonna happen at some point.
Do you think Lonzo in the starting lineup, they can go far in the playoffs?
Depends on who else in the starting lineup. I feel like if Jackson Hayes becomes a great, not great center, but a serviceable, like Kendrick Perkins type center. If you got Zion holding it down as the leader of the team, you have fucking
pick whatever your dream Pelicans lineup is and put Lonzo in it. Do you have them going far in the playoffs?
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, I do. Like,
I really think
why the disrespect? Why the disrespect? Like,
I think it's the Ben Simmons problem.
he shoots more than Ben Simmons. At least
Does
he's not
he make
afraid.
more than Ben Simmons?
At least we don't know because Ben Simmons don't take threes.
No, this is my situation. We saw him out the first night. What was it, 2 for 13?
Right.
This is him.
That's not always him. That's a bad game.
This is
You acting like he averages
genuinely him.
You acting like he averages 2 for 13.
He averages like 10 points, bro.
No, I'm saying like he shoots like 40-some%. Like it's not like he is always bricking shots. Like
that was a bad game. That shot is him.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that, but you don't need a jump shot to win a championship.
I believe that Rondo did it fine.
If he was the leader of the team, like Ben Simmons,
it'd be one story.
Like, it's different than Ben Simmons, who's the second best player on the 76ers.
This is my story. Rondo won the title rookie year when he had Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, right. A solid bench. Whole thing was going. Honestly, one of the better teams in the league that year.
Right.
I think the Pelicans could build a good team. I don't know what year comes by and they have one of the best teams in the West. I think they have a team that's always going to contend for now till 2030, whatever. They're always going to be a contending team. I think they're going to be the team that gets to the quarterfinals, maybe even Eastern Conference Finals. As long as Lonzo's that point guard, Western Conference Finals. Thank you. As long as Lonzo is in that starting lineup, they're in trouble because he struggles to shoot free throws too. It's not just the jump shot, bro.
You're right about the free throws. That is a problem.
His layup game is kind of sketchy as well.
And I will openly say, I'm a Lonzo fan. Like I respect the fact that, his dad put the biggest weight on his shoulders and he hasn't crumbled.
He finessed. That's what he did.
He hasn't crumbled by the weight of he crumbled by the weight of those expectations.
But
now that we're past that and we understand who he is.
He's an NBA player. He's for sure an NBA player.
And he's a starting point guard. He's not a star. Like,
depends on the team, in my opinion.
Is he better than the Lakers starting point guard?
Who's the Lakers starting point guard? LeBron?
Exactly. Is he better than the Clippers starting point guard?
Pat Bev or?
Yeah, he's better than Pat Bev. He's better than Pat Bev. I'd rather have Lonzo than Pat Bev.
Depends on your team, actually, how you built your team.
I guess that's true, but I would in most situations rather have a pass first point guard than a nigga nuisance. Who literally just defends.
A nuisance. Hey, bro, if Doc Rivers trusts Pat Bev to run the offense, I'll trust Pat Bev to run the offense.
Hey, Doc Rivers had won a championship since I was in grade school. So
what does that mean? Is that like valued anymore? Is it expired?
I feel like Doc Rivers is a little overrated as a coach. I will say that. Because what has Doc Rivers really done besides win that championship?
That man put a team together in Orlando, bro. He didn't win anything with it, but it was a hell of a team.
They didn't do anything. They didn't win the first round. But I think they never even won a first round series. They didn't because Tracy McGrady's never been out the first round.
Oh, that's a shame. He left pretty quick though. Didn't he? Want to get Toronto? Or was it Toronto then Orlando?
It's Toronto then Orlando.
Jeez.
Then it's Rockets. Ouch. But like Doc Rivers, like what has Doc Rivers done? Like he was responsible. Like he never made it to the Western Conference Finals with those Clipper teams.
Nope.
Like what has Doc Rivers done? I feel like he's super overrated.
Really?
As a coach,
you got to look at the system.
We're acting like, oh, Doc Rivers is a coach. Oh, they're going to the championship.
He's not Phil
Jackson.
That's
not. Like, yeah, it's like no, that's not how we should look at him.
Go back at all of Doc Rivers' teams and look at how many teams he took from what a team would usually be quiet into a playoff contending team.
What was his team? His team in Boston was stacked.
That was that period. And he got his championship. But he's taken Clipper teams before these past years that were quiet. No, especially
he had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin,
I'm talking about
DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford. He had all,
season.
And they choked in a lot of their series.
That happened.
It's like, why do we're like, oh, Chris Paul choked or Blake Griffin choked? Why is it never Doc Rivers choked?
Well, that team did choke. I don't think Doc could have done that any better, in my opinion. I may have DeAndre Jordan to deal with. I want everyone to understand.
There were some years where those Clipper teams were the favorite in the league.
Look, back to my Lonzo argument. I didn't think DeAndre Jordan on the team was ever going to win you a championship. He was a walking liability, bruv.
That's debatable.
I mean, he does a great job defensively.
That's debatable. Is he better than Kendrick Perkins? Yeah.
Yeah, but like Kendrick did such a good job of not being in the way.
I mean, DeAndre Jordan was very valuable. Like he would average like 15 rebounds, right?
When I'm walking up the court and you're slapping DeAndre Jordan's wrist just so I can lose my possession, you're in the way. I have to take you off the court now because you're that in the way. That is basketball at its finest. This is chess, not checkers, bro.
Look, I'm not acting like, I'm not going to sit here and defend DeAndre Jordan.
They had to take him out in fourth quarters.
They did, but That's all Doc Rivers.
You believe that? All right.
Doc Rivers is the one who drafted him, I believe.
My theory, I don't know what that time.
I don't know. I'm saying Doc. He was on the team. Doc Rivers is the one who gave him his extension.
My situation is, if you really go back to like, what was Doc Rivers' debut coaching, like late 1990s? We'll go with that.
Probably.
He's always taken teams that looked like they were going to underperform and really brought the best out of them. That's Doc Rivers. You feel me? So you got to appreciate that part of it. Does he have the titles to match? Well,
hell no.
Him and
he has won. He has won on a OD stacked team.
How do you feel about Mike D'Antoni then?
Mike D'Antoni's, I would say, on the same level as Doc Rivers. The same level. Like the same level.
Why though? Doc has a chip.
He has a chip with an ultra stacked team and a whole bunch of like bad campaigns. Yeah. Disappointing campaigns. That sounds exactly like Mike D'Antoni, except Mike D'Antoni never had that OD stacked team.
That Steve Nash team wasn't supposed to do it.
What? Those teams weren't OD stacked.
Nah, they were supposed to be better than they were though.
They were, but they always lost against like the Spurs. That's expected. The Lakers. That's expected. Like
they were the Lakers.
Huh?
They were the Lakers. I'm talking about Mike D'Antoni.
Oh, that's that Lakers team.
I'm talking about those LA days, baby.
I blocked that out.
Word, you deleted them. Word, they exist, Nick. They exist. They exist.
That does not exist.
Word, you just deleted that.
That was the saddest time to ever be a Laker fan.
Wow, that's not my problem. That's on his resume. You gonna put him at the same level as Doc? Look, if Doc could have done something with that team.
Look, that's a bad. Like Doc Rivers had teams that they're that good and have disappointed.
That is true.
Like that's what I'm saying.
That's the LA team.
They're on the same level. Doc just had 1 year where everything worked out.
I think Doc's resume.
But as far as like their talent as coaches,
I think Mike D'Antoni's a genius. Personally,
I think both of them are geniuses. I think both of them are geniuses in a way, but they're not no Greg Popoviches. They're not Rick Carlisle. But I guess we can kind of
We've been talking about basketball forever, bro.
Yeah, we can wrap up the basketball talk just by, I'm excited that the season's back.
Real loud.
I was really doubting. I'm like, should we even have a season? But just seeing seeing how the season's gone so far, seeing that the NBA actually does care about keeping the bubble secure. I respect that because I'm sitting there like there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. We don't really need basketball.
That is true.
But the seriousness in which they're taking it, and also like they're using their platform to speak on social justice and all that. I'm like, I see the need for it now, and I respect the fact that they're taking it as seriously as it needs to be taken, as opposed to some of these other sports leagues.
Who you dissing, bro?
Man, you want to go there? You want to go there? Because we were gonna do it anyways. You know what I'm saying? We were gonna go from basketball to football anyways, so we might as well.
All right, go ahead.
So, what's going on with your Patriots, bro?
What's going on?
What's going on with them, bro?
Nothing unusual.
No players. Not
unusual. Hey, bro, this is really a situation. If you opt out of this year's NFL season, you get a 6-figure check, and your contract that was already in play gets moved to the 2021 season. The NFL players have nothing to lose, in my opinion, by opting out.
I agree.
Like, you get to not work for, I guess, whatever your work season is usually.
But do you think it's because of that, or do you think it's more so because the NFL has just done a poor job communicating how they're going to move during the corona virus?
Oh, nah, I think motherfuckers actually want to play football. Some people care more about their families than not. I think it's because the NFL doesn't have a close relationship with their players, like the NBA.
But that's the main thing. It's like it's that close relationship. It's more because the NBA is more of we're all in this together, basically.
It's a real. But the NBA and the NBA Players Union or Association, I think it's the association. Really, they go back and forth on things, but at the end of the day, they both are on the same side of the fence. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Versus the NFL, which I don't even think one group knows where the fence is, and the one group's just yelling at another group.
Yeah.
So
it's sad to me because football is the biggest sport in the country. It's overtaken baseball. Basketball is not there yet, but I do feel like if they have to cancel their season or they have to end their season prematurely, we could see a change. I think basketball is right on its heels. And I feel like if the NBA becomes the topic of conversation,
I don't think
for this season,
the
and it's
NBA
like,
is gonna take
for
NFL.
the foreseeable future, we're living with this Corona shit in a way. The NBA seems better equipped to handle it, just because one, there's less players, so it's easier to have the games in general.
I'm gonna just tell you right now, just end it. NBA is not gonna overtake the NFL's like
Ever.
We gonna have to give that.
I'm saying I think it's inevitable the NBA is going to overtake football.
Not in the next 10,
It's just a
15.
matter of when to me.
Okay.
And I think that something like this can make that happen way quicker.
I think as long as the NBA is so pro Black Lives Matter, you're gonna lose a whole demographic.
That's fair.
And till that demographic comes back.
That's fair, but if we have seasons where they have to end it early, because what happens? Because you hear what happened in baseball, where they have the entire Miami Marlins.
Gonna make that statement when the NBA first started. I thought they were gonna be more trouble because the MLS has their tournament thing going, and teams have been dropping out. But
now is the MLS, are they in a bubble?
Yeah.
So it was more
Florida.
So and two of the teams
dropped out,
and because they had like an outbreak, right?
Yeah. Well. But they have like an actual tournament thing kind of going on instead of this isn't like they have like a MLS Cares type of cup thing going on where they're all just playing for it's not like a real playoff or anything. I think they're in like the quarterfinals, semifinals now, and whoever wins it, it's good television. You feel me? I think how diligently, like you said, and how much effort was put into the NBA bubble. They are genuinely like if you leave the bubble, like you got to be out for a certain amount of days.
And the examples they're setting. Like with Lou Will,
which for sure.
It's still one of the funniest stories I've heard.
My man went for the wings, bruv.
It was not for the wings.
Every man knows
it was for the
wings.
Capping. It was for the wings and the thighs and the breasts and he was not just come on. Like
everyone knows he was capping, but Magic City apparently got some of the best wings in Atlanta.
I'm sure, but if you are Lou Williams, you can find a way to get those wings without actually going there. I am not
Lou Williams
and being on somebody's live.
That was Harlow's fault. Was Jack Harlow, right?
Did Jack Harlow pay any price for that? No. It's all Lou Will's gonna suffer. That's why I'm like, why look.
What if Lou was honestly just there for the wings?
Then that's stupid. That's stupid.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep.
I don't think he was there for the wings. I don't think Lou Will's stupid. I think Lou Will just took a risk, and the risk didn't work out. I could not keep a
straight face for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Lou Williams took a risk. He's like, hopefully I don't get caught, but I want to go to Magic City tonight.
The internet is too powerful.
Even if I'm only there for like 20 minutes, I want to go to Magic City tonight.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I'm saying? I know some workers there.
That was funny.
But Lou Will, I mean, it helped my team.
Like
so I'm good. I'm good with the results.
I'm happy with the way the NBA is handling it. They really are taking this thing seriously. They got the bubble going. They're gonna be there for however long. But once these playoffs go and come, everyone gets to go their separate ways. So I think this is a pro. You can't do it for too long. Like a whole season would never work like this. But the way they got this going, I think it's gonna be done by August, or at least the play-in.
No, I think September is the.
No, the regular season is going to be done by August. And then the playoffs are just off. And then the playoffs.
I think September and a little bit of October, I believe.
That's what the playoffs are going to be? Wait, my real question is it 7-game series?
Yeah, it's still 7-game.
All right, cool. That's where it matters. All right, dope. So, yeah, I feel like as long as they keep the format and they had teams stay in the bubble, and if you do, well, you're going to miss some games in the playoffs because you're stupid.
But let's get back to the NFL, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Because what are they about to do? Because they don't have a bubble.
So
they're literally going to be traveling.
You've seen how baseball's working, right? You saw what happened to the Marlins?
Yeah, Marlins
lost 20-some players to COVID, staff and players.
Right, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Here's the situation with baseball, though. Baseball kind of have series with teams. So, like, let's say a series gets postponed. You can always kind of reschedule that series.
Right.
Just in a later time. The season's really compact, so a lot of series might get dropped and yada, yada. But once teams start to get, like, eliminated for the playoffs, it'll make things much easier for MLB.
Okay.
Because of that kind of, like, guideline, the way the season's already kind of played, where you play the same team for like 3 games in a row and then you move on, that works. But if a team gets tested positive for COVID in football and can't play that week, that's a week gone. In my opinion, I don't know if that's their bye week and they get replaced. They're gonna have to think that through.
I mean, it all depends on the player because somebody can get sick and then they can't play because they're sick.
Yeah, and then
you don't know because we don't know how it affects everybody.
Well,
so somebody might get it and be good.
I'm assuming they're doing what every other sport is doing, just testing players daily, like literally before they do anything, just getting a COVID test.
I think football is the sport that is not set up for this thing to succeed. Like
not
the best sport in general for like this COVID period is UFC.
Oh, for sure. It's
Like,
just two people fighting.
Two people fighting.
They got their crews. It all works out.
Yeah, that's less. They don't have to use a lot of tests. They were the best for this.
This is gonna be
the NBA is in a way another one where it's like there's some close contact, but it's not like
I think tennis would have been second best.
Well, yeah. All right. I'll say any 2-person sport and golf.
Sure. Yeah, golf is actually kind of back.
Right. So those type of sports where it's just an individual and there's a lot of space, and it's really just you versus the ball, basically.
Pretty much.
So anything like that, that's fine.
Soccer works, but like I said, that's a country thing.
Soccer and basketball are kind of the same in terms of there's the same amount of contact, pretty much.
Let's say this.
Football is all contact.
I think it's more contact in soccer than it is in basketball.
I don't know about that.
People always kind of touching each other per se, but I think in actual,
I don't know, because soccer is a lot more spacing.
Have you seen what happens in corner kicks?
Yeah, I mean you can make the same case when there's like a rebound. Like everybody's trying to get a rebound. You know, there's always those situations where players are getting close, but it's not as prevalent.
It's 5v5 versus 10v10. So that's what I'm saying. It's more physical contact going on.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Literally,
I can't argue that. That's fair.
It's a numbers thing. So
I got you. From a numbers standpoint, I agree with you. But just on a basis of the sport in general,
itself,
like,
yeah, you probably.
I think they're kind of like give or take. Football
you can't slide tackle someone in basketball.
Football, there's more people. There's more contact.
More contact for sure.
And they don't have a bubble. And they don't give a fuck about the players. So it's just this recipe for I don't see them finishing the season. I think they get like 5-6 games in.
I don't think they
and then there's like an outbreak.
That's just me. I don't think because you got to look at the timeline as well. Every other sport's got it going before fall. We don't know how the fall's gonna look.
What's gonna happen when it's cold? That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Because Corona in general in the cold, I don't.
It's not a good look, man.
Right.
When it's mixing with the flu and the common cold,
right?
I don't know who's really got what. It's gonna be bad.
So I just don't see football, and football's outside too. Like I just ugly, don't see it, man.
Like I said, if they realize,
and I want to, because football is like my favorite thing. Like I love basketball. But I'd rather watch a compelling football game than a compelling basketball game. That's just me.
Don't get your hopes too high. I think
they're not. They're not.
They have to get into a bubble for this to work. It's not going to work without a bubble.
And they're refusing to do that. And even though they have the financial means to, they don't want to.
I think the MLB can actually get their shit going because of how like a baseball season is actually played out, where you can have a team not play for a couple weeks and still get their season finished.
I wish I liked baseball. I wish.
So close, but that's the situation.
You know what's sad?
Go ahead.
The Nationals won last year, and it's like I was happy because
it was the
DC team won and everything, but it's like I can't be truly happy.
Nobody forced you to care.
It's like the Wizards.
Nobody forced you to care.
I am forced to care. That's actually a perfect time for it to stop, though. To be honest, I'm good with it stopping when we're ending topics. I'm good with that. It's just bullshitting, honestly.
So close so far.
I would say every week it somehow gets a little better.
And some new problem develops.
This happened last week too.
This exact? I thought it was just turning off.
Remember it cut off, I just didn't fix it?
Okay, that's what the situation.
So you just keep fixing it. That's why I have it close.
I thought it died or some shit because we were doing too much.
No, that's why I have it close, so when it fucks up, like
smart man. I could not keep a straight face. I forgot what I even said, but it's fucking hilarious. Oh, with Lil Williams and the motherfucking wings. So I'm telling you, bro, he went there just for the wings. That's what he tried to convince us. He said they have.
I've had food from there. I've been there.
I've never.
I've been there. It's good. It's fine. It's not like.
He said they got some of the best wings in Atlanta, man.
Why wouldn't he say that?
The real question is, why was he in Atlanta?
His grandfather's funeral.
There we go.
His grandfather's funeral.
We had real answers.
Yeah, his grandfather's funeral.
Was he going to be in quarantine anyway then?
He was going to be in quarantine when he got back, but it was only 4 days.
Not the 10.
Like Zion. Like Zion was.
There we go.
Like I think him and Zion were in the same situation, but Zion
didn't go to the strip club.
At least we don't know. Like that's the only thing. Is like I have no problem with Lou Williams doing what he does. Don't get caught on camera.
I think that's the problem. The fact that you're okay with it is why COVID keeps spreading, bro.
Look, because I'm just of the mindset that if niggas gonna do what they do what you do. But if you, because I'm all about the public relation. It doesn't matter in a nutshell if Lou Williams is out. it's a problem if all the players do that.
Where I mean,
That's
you only
the
need one
problem.
to get infected.
Yeah, but that's why he's going in quarantine as soon as he gets back.
That is true.
So I'm like, but if all the players think they can do that, then the whole season's fucked.
But if Lou can do it, why can't everyone else?
Lou can't, and everybody knows that. That's my thing. Lou, they literally said, you can't do that.
Lou can't get caught no more. That's what you said.
But he's not gonna try. I highly doubt he's gonna try it again. Because
let him realize that they got.
I'm sure Kawhi gave him like this face of death as soon as he saw it.
Kawhi said that's your business, bro.
Nah, Kawhi over Kawhi.
It's not the playoffs.
Kawhi's like, you're messing up.
Kawhi know he making the playoffs, bro. He be fine. They weren't gonna steal the 1 seed to beat the Lakers this last game.
I mean, but now it's like tied 2-2. That matters somewhat.
The series?
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what series matters when they meet in the playoffs. Then we gonna call.
Who do you got in the playoffs?
I got the Clippers, man. I'm ready. Oh, bro, when Kawhi get right,
I will put it like this.
AD better get hot every game.
LeBron is not going to be the reason why we win in 7. It's going to be AD. They have absolutely no answer for Anthony Davis.
I believe that.
Absolutely nothing.
I think I want to see them back at 100%, but like I believe it. They don't have that big man that can really put them on that. I mean, they got not Marcus? They
have Montrezl Harrell, and they have
Montrezl plays good defense, but he's not the guy.
It's not 80, not 80 quality.
Yeah. They just need someone who's going to do it. Like I said,
they got Zubats and they got
AD
Montrezl.
Needs to be hot every night if the Lakers are going to steal this series.
He don't need to be hot. He just needs to be a threat.
He
can be a decoy.
He needs to be.
He can be a decoy and get our shooters open.
No off nights for AD.
Not even no. He can have off night.
I know. I'm telling you now.
If he's attracting all the attention, they're doubling him.
Off nights,
and we have open shooters. We're good. Like
AD can't have an off night if y'all win this series.
He can have off night.
All right, you'll see.
Kawhi can't have off night.
No.
Like Kawhi, if Kawhi has an off night, they are screwed.
If we're being honest, was this most recent game off night?
No, he had 28.
I thought it was off night.
He wasn't the best player on the court, but he has.
I thought it was off for Kawhi.
He had 28.
I just said what I said.
I just said what I said. I don't think he said he was off. He didn't have no showstopper.
You lucky I got Kawhi on speed dial. He'll tell you right now it was off night for Kawhi.
He didn't have a great game.
A lot of his shots were short.
It wasn't a Lonzo game.
It wasn't, of course, because that game was rubbish.
True.
He had an off Kawhi night.
I thought he had some great fadeaways. He played some great defense. Just defensively alone, he had a good game.
Run the film back.
Run LeBron's game back. Every time Kawhi was on him, LeBron had no answers. That's enough for him to have a good game.
Run Kawhi's came back and run one of the games back before he had
Question: Is it a bad game if he shoots not as well, but he locks LeBron down? Is that a bad game?
I want Kawhi at his fullest potential if I'm saying he's not having an off night. You feel me?
What I'm saying is
if he did get a certain topics,
he had an off night relatively, but he still had 28 and he shut LeBron down.
He had a good basketball game. He had an off Kawhi night. I need you to hear what I'm saying.
Do you think Paul George is better than him that night?
This most recent game? Yeah.
I would say too, but it wasn't too far. I feel like he played as well as Paul George did, but you can't win that way.
Off Kawhi night. Let Kawhi show up like we know he's about to. It's going to be interesting series.
I feel like they can win a series if he's playing that way and LeBron is playing and he's locking LeBron down like he was. Because the Lakers are at peak efficiency when LeBron is playing at his best.
I think the Lakers missing certain pieces is going to really come back to show come playoff time.
I think Dion Waiters is going to be
He had a hell of a game.
I think he's going to be fine.
And I swear to God, he's JR Jr.
And we have JR too.
I saw him. He had 1 minute played, 1 foul.
I think Avery Bradley and Dion Waiters are very equivalent players.
I don't
not defensively. I think they give you different things.
But you think they're the same?
I think they're the same amount of it's like in a 2K sense, they're like the same rating.
They're the same role? Is that what you're going for?
No, not role.
Okay.
Not role.
I'm about to say that.
Because Dion's a more scorer than Avery Bradley, but Avery Bradley plays better defense.
All right. I meant
I feel like we got worse defensively, but our offense has gotten better.
This is what I'll say. With Avery Bradley in the team, it moves KCP to the bench. With Dion Waiters on the team.
Dion Wanders.
Look, we can make jokes about Waiters all day. But with Waiters on the team, KCP's a starting shooting guard. I think that says a lot right there.
I feel you. I think that we are a little worse than we were before the break, but not much. I still think we're the best team in the league.
Good luck. I think Clippers is coming for y'all. 7 games. Whoo, AD better be ready.
I feel that it's gonna go 7 games. It's gonna be.
How we get? We talking about football.
Yeah, we were, but this is the Rando podcast, nigga. The Rando podcast. We don't stick to no script. The fuck.
There's a script. That's a good one.
But breaking news as of today: Matthew Stafford's on the COVID list.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm interested to see who else is gonna be like on this list.
I don't think that list is that deep. I think if they're able to even get on the COVID list, it means they showed up,
right?
And that means they're trying to play. I'll tell you who's not on the COVID list. Anyone who's already opted out. And that's the list. And
that's crazy.
That is, yeah, like I said, I don't think there's any real disadvantage for anyone else out. Especially if you're not.
I mean, none of the stars have opted out, though.
Prominent yet.
I mean, defensive stars, yeah, but it's like we don't consider those stars in the league usually, unfortunately.
Aaron Donald opts out tomorrow. There's gonna be mass
That's
panic.
the literal best defender in the league.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, if we start going down the list, you're gonna get a lot more offensive players than defensive players.
Oh, for sure. There's
like you have Jamal Adams, you have Jamal Adams, Richard Sherman, you have
It's a good list.
The
though.
Bosa brothers.
You're not winning Super Bowl without your defensive stars. You feel me?
Oh yeah, of course not.
But the list is longer.
Would you rather have offensive stars?
Defense was championships, baby. Rex Grossman made a Super Bowl.
That's a lie.
Rex Grossman
made a Super Bowl.
Ooh, what did Bill Belichick do to the Rams offense?
What do you mean?
Defense was
Tom Brady. What are you talking?
Tom Brady's stats in that game was trash.
Even a bad Tom Brady is better than
Jerry Goff.
Yeah.
Defense won that Super Bowl.
Who was the best quarterback in that game?
That defense won that Super Bowl.
Who was the best quarterback in that game?
Our kicker with those points he put up.
You know, Tom, when you have the GOAT, even when Tom Brady has a bad game.
We won that game 13-9.
But my thing is, I don't think that any quarterback would have had a great game in that situation because both those teams were trying their defensive hats on that day.
I don't know how good your editing is, but I need you to put right here, Belichick won this Super Bowl because he did. That wasn't Tom. Tom's doing it all. Not even close.
Tom Brady had a game-winning drive. What are you talking about?
Belichick won that Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you that again. We could have been down easily 2 scores if it wasn't for that man's strategy.
I mean, Belichick is a given, going to always have a great strategy. Even if they lose, they always have a great strategy.
Our asses. We didn't show up that Super Bowl. And if you want to go watch it again, we can make that happen. No. We did not show up that Super Bowl.
And even if you make the case Belichick won a Super Bowl, it's because he lost the Super Bowl the year before.
Fuck that got to do with my argument.
I'm saying, I don't believe he won them the Super Bowl. I think the defense was fine. Defense was great. It was a very defensive game. Tom Brady won the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady got a Super Bowl ring, and Tom Brady was the quarterback.
He ran them down the field.
Tom Brady
to get them in the lead.
Look at how many drives he had that game, and look how many were actually of any success. Tom Brady,
the most important one.
That's Tom. I'll give you that one. Belichick kept us in that game.
Okay, I'll give you that. It could be in the game. He didn't win you the game. That's all I'm saying.
You can't win the game if you're not in it.
Okay, we can say they both have credit, but let's not act like you're saying Belichick has more credit.
1A, 1B, Belichick, Tom.
No.
Belichick did it. Tom doesn't have a chance to win that game if it's not for Bill. You don't get that backwards.
They wouldn't have a chance if Tom Brady didn't have the game-winning drive.
I believe
true or false?
they didn't score more than us like that. If that makes, they had a lead at a point in time in that game, but they really did not score more than us. And I put that completely on Bill. Bill made that work, even from special teams.
I will give you Bill kept the defense diligent, kept it stalwart, all that. I give you that. Tom Brady won the game at the end of the day. Like, he won the game. He's Tom Brady.
I don't even having that goddamn game, bro. Tom Brady did Tom Brady had his most game manager game, maybe of his career that game.
Nah, you have to watch those first 2 Super Bowls.
Those
first 2 Super Bowls are game managed. Honestly, those 2 games, those 2 Super Bowls,
and he had better games, those games.
Those are the epitome of like game managers.
He had better games, those games.
Of course,
and that's
he had a better game the year before. I'm not arguing that.
That was the game where if you would have won that Super Bowl, I would have had no arguments with Tom Brady won that Super Bowl. That was the best.
Well, Bill Belichick lost them that Super Bowl.
That was decisions.
The defense was awful that game.
I think
the defense was awful. You let Nick Foles score. What was it, like 40
Come
something?
Come back.
I'm saying, like,
come back. There were certain things that didn't go our way and certain calls that were questionable. But you have to understand there were mistakes made all over that field, man.
He didn't play Malcolm Butler.
That was a personal decision that he should have never made. Well, that wasn't that Super Bowl, was it?
That was that Super Bowl. Yes, it was. You remember? I don't think you remember how mad I was. I don't think I talked to you about that. I was so pissed when I found that out.
Yeah, because Malcolm Butler didn't play at Atlanta, did he?
He played Atlanta.
Damn.
He didn't play Eagles because there was some personal shit going on.
Because
and y'all lost.
He showed up late.
Like, yeah, bro.
That was a dick move. I agree with that. He didn't have to do
Bill
that.
Belichick lost them that Super Bowl because the defense failed to show up completely, and Tom Brady had his best game.
The defense doesn't show up, and it's Belichick's fault. The defense does show up, and it's Tom Brady's.
I didn't say Belichick didn't have a good. I never said Belichick didn't have a good game. I said that Belichick is not the reason why they won the game.
We won the Super Bowl because of Belichick. What are you not understanding, bro?
You won the Super Bowl because of Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I'm good with giving them half and half. I'm not good with saying Bill Belichick won them the game. It's half and half to me.
If you fully believe,
it's fine. We keep talking.
If you fully believe that Tom Brady did all his might and had that drive that was his best career drive and completely compelled us to that win, you're capping, bro. Belichick handled that situation so well from start to finish. Absolutely masterclassed Sean McVay. Out coach to coach. And I need you to understand the impactfulness of that. Tom Brady doesn't even get the chance to have that drive. Wasn't for Bill Belichick. I don't understand. How can you thank Tom Brady for doing such a good job of one thing when he wouldn't even have the opportunity without I can't understand that mindset. Bill Belichick is the reason Tom Brady could have that drive.
But if you have that defense playing that well the whole game, but Tom Brady don't deliver, then what?
We hope our kicker keep doing what he was. And honestly, Tom Brady only had to do what he did because our kicker was fucking up.
Very true. No, that's 100% true. That kicker,
point blank period. If our kicker makes the kick, Tom Brady don't have to do the job. And then we're sitting here talking about how good of a job Belichick did. You feel me? Tom Brady pulled us out of a situation we shouldn't have to be in. But Bill Belichick,
that doesn't get half the credit then.
That gets 25%. Belichick did the rest. Belichick. Tom Brady pulled the drive out to get the final. You feel me? Tom Brady ended the sentence, but the rest of the sentence is Bill, bro. I'm not gonna say Tom Brady didn't get the last word, last laugh, but he didn't do most of the work.
He did the vast majority of the work in the fourth quarter. When it matters most.
The first 3 quarters of the game mean what to you, bro?
Both defenses were stout as hell. Like
Tom Brady had a bad game, if I'm being honest. That Rams defense
he
showed
didn't have
up
a great
for
game.
the best.
He didn't have a great game.
Tom Brady,
he had a great game in the fourth quarter. Because when we all knew, I think it was like 5 minutes left. We knew when Tom Brady got the ball 5 minutes left, what was about to happen.
Game in the fourth quarter. I know y'all heard that, but let's come back to this.
Who won the game?
Nick. Tom Brady can't be the.
I mean, was the defense like intercepting the ball, running pick sixes and shit? Like, it wasn't happening.
Tom Brady,
the defense wasn't scoring points. It was just stout as hell.
50-50 on why we won the Super Bowl, because he was the reason he even had to have that last minute drive. He had such a poor game in the first 3 quarters that he had to pull himself out of his own ass. That's why it's Bill Belichick that won us the Super Bowl. Point blank, period.
Just because you yelling don't mean you right, nigga.
I don't give a fuck what you say, nigga. I just said what I said, nigga.
You ain't Stephen A, nigga.
I don't give a fuck who you think I am.
You ain't Stephen A, nigga.
Big facts, bro. Belichick won us that Super Bowl.
Man, nigga. Look, and I understand what you're. I'm not discounting what you're saying.
You're just trying to stick up for Brady, and I hear that. Fuck that nigga.
Because Bill Belichick, I feel, is the best coach ever.
He is. And the best
but
leader.
I feel like even though he's the best coach ever, he gets overrated sometimes. Because let's be real, he's had the absolute best player of all time under center for the past 20 years. So it's hard for us to rate him fairly.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
Football is generally the game where you can have the best player in the league and still not win the Super Bowl. So I'm not gonna.
And that happened for years. Like they weren't winning Super Bowls for like 7-8 years.
I'm not gonna go put every year we didn't win the Super Bowl solely on Bill. You feel me? Not that at all. I think Bill's made some decisions that cost us some Super Bowl wins, and he's still the GOAT. I'm not gonna sit here and discredit him to make him look like less of a GOAT. He's the GOAT. So he is 100% the GOAT. Like there's no argument here. Like no argument on that front for me. He didn't use his window to the fullest potential. But hey, we're not gonna sit here and criticize someone for a situation neither I have been in. So I'm gonna keep moving on that one.
All right, you're wrong.
GOAT. Belichick won us that Super Bowl.
Look, they're both GOATs.
Belichick won us the Super Bowl.
All right.
So how about the SpongeBob anime?
Oh man, So
Belichick winning Super Bowls. I'm sorry, I was off some drop. I got confused again.
Can't let it go.
I'm gone.
Can't let it go, ladies and gentlemen.
We are in the present, Nick. Stop talking about the past.
All right, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl.
You were a child. You're a whole child, bro. I literally explained to you why Brady couldn't have won that Super Bowl solely because he was the reason he had to win that Super Bowl. He was in his own way. How you gonna take 2 steps backwards and be like, but that one step forward won the Super Bowl? I'm not having it.
Didn't you just say Aaron Donald's the best defensive player in the league?
It depends on
Isn't
what
that
year we're
who was
about.
coming for Tom Brady?
Depends on what year we're talking about.
Wait, are you gonna argue in that Super Bowl he wasn't the best defensive player in the world?
Oh, in that exact moment, for sure.
That was probably his best year.
That defense had flaws, and Tom could have definitely exposed them and did not.
They were stacked. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Most punts in a Super Bowl, bruv. Tom moved that ball nowhere.
Sean McVay, from a defensive standpoint, came correct that game. As a matter of fact, I forgot who their defensive coordinator.
That was Wade Phillips. Yeah,
Wade Phillips. That's what I meant. I meant Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator. He's always had Tom Brady's number. So
we can look at the numbers. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was his worst game.
It was. That was the worst time until it mattered
to have a worst game. Till it mattered. The whole game matters. It's the Super Bowl.
Until it mattered.
The whole game matters, nigga. I'm not having this.
I'm not, honestly, like, when you perform in the fourth quarter, I'm willing to.
It just erases everything.
Yeah, I'm willing to forgive everything else you did in the game. If in the fourth quarter you ball out and win the game.
I have a 3.0 out of 10 performance, but catch the game-winning touchdown pass, what, I have an 8 to you now?
That's not what happened. That's not the equivalent of what happened with Tom Brady. That's super exaggerated.
Tom Brady had one of his lowest QBRs in that game, bro.
But then when he mattered the most in the fourth quarter, he performed.
I just said if I have a 3.0 rating.
But you said the last catch of the game. That's not the entire fourth quarter. The entire fourth quarter, it was like a completely different player.
Tom Brady put one good drive together.
They had a good drive in the first, and they just got stopped.
Tom Brady put one. The results of that drive were what?
They got punted.
The results of that drive were what?
They got punted.
All right, Tom Brady put one good drive together.
They got a couple field goals in that game, didn't they?
Honestly, we should have had more because our kicker missed.
It wasn't like Tom Brady every single time was going 3 and out.
Tom Brady couldn't get into the end zone.
Tim Tebow.
Tom Brady could not get into the end zone, and that is his real job.
Okay. Until it mattered most, then he got in the end zone and they won the game. Now, I will tell you, that was probably the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen.
And Tom Brady was the quarterback on one of those teams.
Yeah, 100%. Till it mattered most, it was a horrible game.
You just completely forgave the whole 3 quarters.
I do.
You're the problem.
I do, because we know what Tom Brady's about at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's folded before.
But everybody knows if the Patriots or now the Bucks have a chance to win and he has the ball in his hand.
He's folded before, Nick.
He's folded before. It's like Kobe's folded before.
All right.
But if he has the ball in his hands you have a final drive, you're going to, even if you are cheering against him, you are sitting there like,
there's a chance.
Like, everybody always knows, like, it's not like this could be bad.
And
he's responsible for the best comeback in NFL in sports history.
I am not going to discredit him for having that great drive that helped us win that game. I am going to
add it onto the resume.
I am going to give him credit for the first 3 quarters that he gave us in that game because they were horrendous, and he deserves all the credit for them. Sure. Bill Belichick saved us, won us that Super Bowl. We don't win it without him. Point blank period.
I'll give you. I never said that. Of course, I believe you wouldn't win the Super Bowl without Bill Belichick.
If Tom isn't that quarterback, I think we have a chance.
Oh my god! So wait, so if you put Jared Stidham in that, you think that you
I
think
am not gonna say that while being recorded.
All right. That's all I needed to
hear. Belichick put a game plan together that a lot of quarterbacks in this league could have executed.
Because you know what would have happened if any other quarterback was in? Maybe they would have scored early. But scoring in that fourth, it's completely different than scoring in the fourth quarter as opposed.
Maybe we don't even need to score in the fourth because our kicker makes our kick and we have some touchdowns. Whoa!
So another quarterback's gonna make the kicker make a field goal.
Hopefully, it was a little closer because Tom Brady was pulling up short.
Man, we're gonna agree to disagree. I get because I completely get what you're saying. I just vehemently disagree.
Like I said, 75-25. I'm not gonna discredit him. He did his job.
I will give you 55-45.
I'm happy that you're teetering more my way.
I will. Because I get your argument. I will go 55-45. Bill Belichick had a great game. I'm not going to act like he wasn't.
Give me 60-40.
Hell no.
60-40, bro.
No.
Say,
Hell
come
no.
on.
I'm not taking Tom Brady
60-40,
out.
40, bro.
No,
come on. You know you want to do it.
Nope.
If you was willing to go 55, you might as well go 45.
No. I'll go 55-45 just because I feel that Bill Belichick did a slightly better job than Tom Brady that game. I will say
slightly.
But not 20% more.
Belichick shows up for all 4 quarters.
Fuck that. 20%
Tom Brady shows up for one drive.
The drive that matters the most. The drive that matters the absolute most.
Belichick shows up the whole game that matters. If we have a poor first half, there is no fourth quarter comeback. What are you not getting about that?
I'm saying if you don't have Tom Brady, there's no fourth quarter comeback either.
Okay.
That's
we don't have the Belichick, there's no fourth quarter comeback. That's what you need to understand.
You know what? I get what you're saying. What about the Rams?
They folded under Bill Belichick, not Tom Brady.
But wait, did they not have a good game too? Because you're saying that the defense is what. But you're saying the defense is what won them the Patriots the game. Yep. The Rams played just as great defense, if not better defense. The defense that the Rams were playing was better than the Patriots the entire game.
If I really had to put out what I felt about this situation, I thought Tom Brady had a worse game than that defense had a good game. I thought Aaron Donald show up, and that was big because Tom Brady doesn't do good under pressure as a result of our previous Super Bowl losses. But that secondary generally didn't guard Edelman like that.
Like it'd be one thing if you're saying like the Chiefs, for example. Yeah. Like if the Chiefs were shutting them out, it's like, okay, that's kind of wild because that defense ain't even that hype. The Rams had a good defense. I think so. When Tom Brady's not doing well, I'm like, this defense is playing really well.
If we look at the Chiefs defense line last year and look at the Rams defense line for that Super Bowl, it's not too far apart. But
they had no Aaron Donald.
They had motherfucking Frank Clark. Ooh, the Shark. Had motherfucking.
That's not Aaron Donald. Like, their defense.
I'm talking.
They didn't have a shutdown corner.
Give me another defensive lineman on the Rams defensive line for that season.
I'm saying their secondary, their line, everybody on their entire team was super solid.
That linebacking core is pretty weak, if you ask me.
We can agree to disagree on that. I don't agree with that.
You can't even name me someone other than Clay Matthews on that linebacking core, bro.
Clay Matthews was still good though.
Hey, he was doing one job and one job only.
That's all he needed to do.
Pass rushing. But like I said,
they were doing well that game.
Their defense showed up. I will not say they didn't. I thought Tom Brady really had a poor performance against a good defense. So
okay. He had a poor performance for 3 quarters against an elite defense.
No. 3.5 quarters. That man had one good drive.
I don't think he had a lot of drives on the fourth. I think he had the 2 drives.
And one of them was good.
One of them was okay, and the other one was masterful.
One of them was good.
What? A game-winning drive is
was
good?
Tom Brady-esque and very good for his caliber.
So I think you're just numb to him. I think you're just numb to it. Because
it's impressive. Not everyone.
I'm saying, like, because if anybody else did that, it's like, that's amazing. Like, Mahomes just did that in the Super Bowl, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Super Bowl, not to be rude to you.
You said what?
They kind of do come per Super Bowl. Eli Manning has 2.
What do you mean?
Game-winning drives.
You mean like most Super Bowls end in game-winning drives?
A good amount of them actually do.
A good amount of them do. No, I would say
everyone. Not everyone.
I'd say like 1 in every 3.
Let's go back. You can go
1
back
in every 3
history. These last couple Super Bowls for sure have all ended on
I think it's more
games.
of a recent thing. Yeah, it's getting close. But back then, I remember when I was a kid watching blowout Super Bowls.
I said the Saints Colts one ended with the pick 6, so that wasn't that. Just trying thinking down the line.
The Seahawks Broncos
blowout. No game there. Wasn't even a project. The Seahawks Patriots, they ended in a pick to end the game. So I guess Tom Brady technically had the game winning drive there.
You know what the issue is? Most of these Super Bowls have Tom Brady, and they all
argument. Even if
they're always close.
Even on the losing side, there's Tom Brady in the
picture. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like most of the Super Bowls have Tom Brady.
That's all we know. How many Super Bowls didn't have Tom? The Pittsburgh Steelers have a good history of game-winning drives.
Yeah, that's true. Patrick Mahomes though, he just
put on the show game-winning drive.
That's like his performance wasn't. That's like a typical Tom Brady performance.
It was great.
You know,
I think
that's what I'm saying. We're numb to these Tom Brady performances. It's like when you can say him having a game-winning drive in the Super Bowl is
Mahomes
good.
had a great 3.5 quarters.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He threw 2 interceptions. What do you mean he had a great? He didn't have a good game.
It was up and down. Don't get it twisted.
No. He didn't have a good. Come on.
How many points did they have? Be real with yourself. They had a great end of the game.
I don't think they had that many. Hold on.
They had a good
That's
second
actually
half.
Googleable.
They had a good second half. I promise you that. The first half kind of quiet, but he still showed up. Made some mistakes, but he still showed up. That pick to Fred Warner was kind of whack.
He had, by his standards, he had a bad game. He had a bad game.
By his standards, it was a poor performance, which is saying something.
I'm a huge Patrick Mahomes fan. He had a bad game.
By his standards,
20-31.
What was the motherfucking first half score after the first two quarters?
First two?
Yeah, 10-10.
Tied.
Right? Yeah. He had a quiet first half. Showed up.
He had a quiet first half. No. He had a quiet 3 quarters.
What you mean? That third quarter has
he had 1 touchdown in 3 quarters.
Look at his.
Look at this.
Stats.
No. Look at that.
Look at the numbers.
Look at in the 4th quarter.
No, look at I want you to look at his numbers, and I want you to understand where it is in big picture. Sure, the 4th quarter he put a crazy amount of.
What I'm saying is, he was awful for the first 3 quarters. That's only. I get what you're saying. He had a good game overall. I'm saying in the first 3 quarters, he had a horrible game.
His standards.
No. One touchdown. In 3 quarters for most quarterbacks is a bad game.
It was better than Brady's performance in that Super Bowl, that's for sure.
Defense was different level.
Yeah, whatever the X factor is, bro.
The defense.
Take me to this next topic, bro. What we talking about?
So let's get to this fucking SpongeBob anime, bro. When I tell you. It was just so prolonged.
I was trying to look. I moved slow.
It was so like it was like that last horn took like 5 seconds. but yeah, this SpongeBob anime, I might say something controversial. So
say it.
And I reserve the right to say I haven't seen The God of High School.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've heard good things from you, from other friends. Heard that's a contender.
Ooh, it's up there.
The SpongeBob anime, as far as this first episode, is the best episode of anime I've seen so far this year.
Which is not really that big of a stretch. We're looking at what's actually come out this year.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Corona's kind of messed with the schedule for anime.
It has, genuinely.
You know,
genuinely
so
has.
I hope we get some stuff towards the end of the year. But right now, it was masterful in what it was trying to do.
I think it was well executed. The animation was much better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know about the best episode of anime I've seen all year, but I think
and I would say not seen because I watched some older anime.
Okay,
but as far as like released in 2020,
oh for sure. If this was like episode 1 of a 13 episode season, this would be top of the charts. Me personally.
Like, full disclosure, I watched Attack on Titan for the first time this year. I've seen Demon Slayer first time this year. Like, no. This ain't on that level.
I'm thinking what's actually come out this year, and it's not been that great of a year for anime.
No, not at all.
So
it is sad to say that the SpongeBob anime is in contention for the best anime. But you gotta understand,
this thing needs a little context. The SpongeBob anime is only good because of how well executed it is, 1, and 2, because of one's real love for SpongeBob. Like, if this was probably like some other show, like Beavis and Butthead, maybe this might have been a little whacker.
I guess for a lot of people our age, SpongeBob was like our first sitcom.
It was genuinely the best comedy of my childhood. I'm gonna just say that right now.
And honestly, like, you know, under certain circumstances, SpongeBob is still funny.
I don't know about the new episodes, but I could throw.
I have a little cousin who, you know, when I'm with her sometimes, like, she wants to watch SpongeBob.
I haven't seen.
And I'm like, this shit's still kind of funny. Can't even lie.
You could throw in any of the old episodes right now. We can sit, get cozy. You feel me? I'll watch them bitches for days. But yeah, the SpongeBob anime has so much context, anime wise and SpongeBob wise. I found the SpongeBob references much funnier than the anime references, solely because, like, I mean, it was just kind of cliche anime stuff.
I think when they mixed together,
I think it was more of a satire thing where it was like almost like a parody. Almost, I mean, it is a parody,
but it's like when they mix together,
it
like,
was hilarious.
The episode starts off with SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs having a deep argument that's fundamental to both of their characters.
It was hilarious.
Because I watched this other YouTuber kind of describe it, and he's got a purpose. Like, Mr. Krabs is like totalitarian, all about his money.
He is.
You know, like capitalist as fuck. And SpongeBob is more of a humanitarian type nigga.
Yeah, it's a little.
And I'm like, when you but it's like you never think that when you watch the TV show.
It's a little deeper than, but I mean, really.
But when you really think about it, they are fundamentally like one's a capitalist and one's a humanitarian.
All he did was stay to protect the restaurant. But it was hilarious how deep the conversation was. Like, why did you go after him? He was like, go after him.
Right, like
He's gonna watch the restaurant. Like
that's real,
priorities.
and that's real. Like that's a real, that's a philosophical difference.
Squidward had to go prove himself. You feel me?
That's another. That's another thing. Like they kind of put like the Naruto Sasuke relationship on SpongeBob and Squidward.
Hey yo, what really happy is they actually had like a comedic moment with Patrick and
oh my,
Sandy.
I say Patrick was the most disappointing.
He didn't do anything. I think he just.
I feel like he was the only one who I was like, that's not really Patrick, because Patrick is silly. Like Patrick is
silly in this.
He could like you could make him like the comic character.
I think
because think about it. You have Charmy. You have like
Charmy is you've listed like an A tier like
Cool Bara. You know what I'm saying? You had those characters who are supposed to be the comic. You could easily make Patrick that character.
I was happy that he had a serious note and was still able to be the funny character that I knew he was.
Okay, I feel you.
I generally
that was the only thing I thought was not at the level of satires or everything else. That was the only thing I was like, I think Sandy was perfect.
I've seen
and they made Sandy like thick for some reason, which was like
she's supposed to be the tsundere love interest, bro. What you mean?
I know, but I was like, I've known this squirrel since I was a wee lad. More. I don't know if I want to see that, but you know, I've never been a huge fan of like sexualizing animal. That's another thing. So that's
I could have said that. You haven't watched enough anime, bro.
I know the thing is like I've seen Beastars, I've seen all these animes where it's like I don't fuck with that aspect of them.
Okay, yeah. All right.
That's why I
stay true to it.
That's why I like BNA so much, because BNA didn't have any of that.
Doesn't cross your line.
You know, it didn't have any sexual stuff. I'm like,
all right, so
because I like anime. I like animal humanoid characters. I like that concept.
Till they start fucking.
Yeah, because that's weird. Like that's just weird. Like don't do that.
What do you mean don't do that?
Don't do that.
They procreate. You know they do. You just don't want to think about it.
They do. Yeah, but we don't gotta show that though.
Come into the adult world, Nick. You can make it.
And we should like Beastars. That's my main problem with Beastars. Because Beastars
fucking.
No, because Beastars it's not too much fucking. It's just they tread that line too much. Way too much. Where it's like the main character and the his love interest. And the main character is a wolf, the other one's a little bunny.
And they gotta get it.
And when they're about to fuck,
he tries to eat her.
No, he hasn't tried to eat her. She tries to jump in his mouth because she feels like she needs to be eaten. I'm like, these are not questions that I wanted answered. These are not questions that I ever had. I don't want to know that.
The police would have said he ate her. That's all I'm gonna say. But back
that's the most interesting part of the show.
Back to the situation I was going at. I feel like you haven't seen enough comedic relief characters gone wrong to appreciate why there wasn't really one. I've seen enough. Look, I was
Seven Deadly Sins is the worst. The absolute worst, bro. I hate that. And you know what? That's one of the worst. You know, another one's the worst. And I'm watching this anime right now. Code Geass.
It shouldn't have comedic relief.
No, no. It's not even all of them. It's just that purple haired nigga. What's his name?
Forget.
He's like Rivals or something like that.
Nah, it's. I think it starts with an R, but
I think it's Rivals.
He was a student. I haven't seen.
He is whenever he's on screen, I'm like, get out.
He's supposed to be the happy moment
awful.
of the show.
He's awful.
When he's in the show, it's a time of peace, bro. You know what's going on.
I'm like, nigga, get off the. Whenever he's on the screen, I'm like, all right, shit's about to be. Shit that don't matter.
It's about to be quiet.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're leaving Britannia's like military operations.
It's about to be quiet. Hear me out. I thoroughly enjoyed Patrick. Like I said, he was serious. He had his sword, and then he made that one funny comment.
The sword was tough.
The sword was real
tough. His design itself was tough.
I thought it was fantastic. And he didn't do anything. I feel like there's supposed to be more episodes. I hope the dude don't get copyright. You feel me?
He did.
He did?
Yeah, unfortunately. That's what I was gonna go to. Like and how do you feel about that? Because I kind of like as a creator, because I make music and everything. It sucks when you're. Shouts out to me. Go follow my SoundCloud.
That was an ugly plug, but I like how you got it.
It was.
Go ahead.
Follow me on SoundCloud at the year 4000.
Year.
Listen to some good music and some good beats. But anyways, when you get a copyright claim off some shit you made, that shit like hurts. Because just because you're using somebody else's characters don't mean that's still not like your art. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
The niggas who made SpongeBob wouldn't have made that anime.
Oh.
That anime like was an original conception based off of characters that we know and love. So the fact that they like Nickelodeon or Viacom or whoever chose to take it down,
it was doing too well, man. We all know the real situation, man. Cash rules everything around us. And the minute that
I'm saying, but work with you could work with him. Like you could work with him because honestly, because the guys, I think they spend it as was, oh well, kids are gonna try to watch it, and it's like, okay,
look,
okay, let's be
they
real.
couldn't make any excuse they needed to make. Once if this one got no clout, we wouldn't be talking about it.
I wish.
Two,
I almost wish it didn't.
Look, that's the way the world.
I almost
works,
wish it didn't because then it could fly under the radar.
Only good content, good shit like that gets that type of situation. Bad content doesn't get any attention. It's dead no other. So that's just how the world works. That's
I hope he finds a way to get it out to the masses. Because I know he worked hard on this shit. You know.
I believe it, bro. If it come, if it don't, you did good, bro. People know you got talent. I think he's got an avenue. He's got a platform now, if that makes sense. He's got the attention.
Shouts out to him. I want to kind of look up his name really quick.
Starts with an N.
Yeah, it's Newmark or something like that.
Nope.
Damn.
I might be wrong.
I think. Yeah, I knew you were trying to be a dick. I already knew.
I know you're not trying to go YouTube. You couldn't just go YouTube SpongeBob anime, bro. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it got taken down.
It's up there back. How do you think I watched it?
No, it just got taken down like today.
And I watched someone else put it back on there, and then they
it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be that. Yeah, Narmak. His name's Narmak.
What did you say it was?
Newmark.
Yeah, I was right.
I mean, I was a letter off.
Yeah, I caught
or
you.
Narmak.
Haha.
All right, I hope I'm getting your name right, man, because
listen to this.
Hey, if you do, shouts out.
Right?
But nah, good job, bro, because you captured the vibe of the Bikini Bottom
in anime format.
Because just the anime trope. Can we talk about the anime tropes?
They did it well. They did it well, man. The whole group, the voice actors.
When you get the Nappa ass nigga. I completely forgot about him, bro. Because he was in one episode of SpongeBob. He was just a dick in that episode. I remember him.
I mean, they even followed that plot where he was still in pickles. And
they do, but it's like they go anime with it completely, and they turn him into Nappa.
They got his arm chopped off. That shit was hilarious.
And then SpongeBob injects the fucking.
I didn't expect that.
I thought he was gonna maybe taste it or something. Nah. I didn't think he was gonna inject that.
I didn't know what he was gonna do with it, but that man snapped. I was here for all the nonsense.
I respected the route they went. I think that it has the potential to be probably, if it continues to come out, I think it'll be like a internet sensation every single time it comes out. Because it got 14 million views.
No,
it was the first one.
It was going.
And when you take something down, it makes it more popular.
I think this is a start of something. I don't know if it's going to be this exact thing, but that the creator and I definitely it's got attention. If he knows how to use it, he gonna run with it. He gonna put something else.
Honestly, I was thinking about because he has a website.
He's got a lot of views on his YouTube channel. Whole T.
He has because he's been making shit before too.
Yeah,
but I went to his website. I was thinking about buying something because he makes some t-shirts too of the anime versions. I'm like,
I think he put that in the video. That
he did.
He knew this was gonna be something though.
He put that in the video, and I was like, oh, let me go there.
He knew this was gonna be something.
This he's probably making some good money off that shit. Salute to you, fam.
That's
I might buy a t-shirt because that t-shirt looked tough with all the anime version of them.
Who said that?
Honestly, it's all about how the government handles this, refund check. Not refund, the unemployment check.
There I go again.
But, we can take a break from that. We can take a break while I set this shit up again. Fucking intermission.
More beats. The streets need more beats.
More beats?
More beats. Intermission beats. Beats intermission. However you want to call it.
That's honestly a good idea.
It is a great idea.
Free marketing as well.
They gonna love them.
So, I guess we can go now to what we're watching and shit, bro.
All right, bet.
I'm kind of mad at what I've been watching. I'm going to let you go first, though.
All right.
But I'll let you go.
So, got out of high school. Still running. Still lit. Ain't shit change on that, but ain't shit change at all. If you ain't watch it yet, you should be watching it. You should at least check it out. You feel me?
Is it battle anime? I think I asked you that before, but is it battle anime?
Imagine the tournament arc you've always wanted to see.
It's like tournament arc, the show.
The whole show for now has just been tournament arc. So
that's kind of Tower of God too. That kind of seems like it's like the
Tower of God kind of dipped into it, but it got off track a little bit.
But Tower of God is a tournament though.
Yes, that is the basis of the show technically.
Yeah, it's like I like that, but
it's a little more like challenges and like games going on though. This is pure on 1v1. Well, I guess it's a brawl too.
Like battle royale type shit.
It's genuinely fisticuffs, bruv.
Or is it like X versus Y, or is it more like everybody's?
you gonna have all types of fights. It's fights. You like fights, you gonna get fights.
Okay.
That's the show, bruv. And you need to be watching The God of High School. It's like that. It really, I mean, animation wise, all of it.
Potentially the best anime of 2020.
It's fighting it because 2020 has been kind of quiet. So,
would it be competitive in a competitive year? You'd say.
I think
Like, would it be competitive last year?
Even in last year, it would have got attention. Demon Slayer definitely won the year.
Yeah, that was.
But last year, if it wasn't dropped in Demon Slayer's like window, because I think Demon Slayer is what, spring maybe.
No. One day we need to talk about Demon Slayer.
This is gonna happen, bruv. I don't know if it happens right now.
Nah, it's not gonna happen right now. We're gonna talk about it.
That is animation. I'm telling you, the people.
I feel like that show has, since we haven't it hasn't had any new episodes.
It's getting a movie.
No like sign of season 2 so far.
It's getting a movie.
Yeah, but when?
What do you want me to get the coronavirus calculator?
I'm saying, but it's like, because we don't have any new content and anything like that, I feel like people are kind of like letting it kind of sit.
It's the anime of last year. It's probably gonna be, if we're doing anime of the decade, somehow snuck into anime of the decade, because wow, it's just how anime should look. One, let alone an amazing story. But like I said, we're not talking about right now.
No,
we're not talking about right now.
We're not.
We're talking about what I'm watching. What I'm watching is not Code Geass, sadly. That was an experience. But like I said,
I got you on that.
The God of High School and JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. We've snuck into season 2.
Woof.
And
how's that?
This show was so extra, goddamn, bro. I be watching this shit like everything I just watched was so unnecessary yet well thought of and funny.
Is it is it more silly than fighting?
You aren't gonna take your eyes off the screen. If I really had to state that, it's gonna have your intention. It's gonna have your attention no matter what the fuck's going on, fight or not fight, because it's it's so goddamn extra. Like it's a show that was thought well of. Like you can tell someone had to sit in the room for way too long to think of this script, because wow, this was hilarious. They be breaking their own like fourth wall without breaking a fourth. Like we know it's an anime, and they know it's some dumb shit, but everyone is here for the stupidity, and it's you're gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? It's all over the place, bro. Okay. So
I've always been curious about it, because everybody always hypes it like,
no,
it's one of the best animes.
Funny enough, if you've watched JoJo Bizarre's Adventure, you're usually in this, like, I mean, this doesn't apply for everyone, obviously, but there's got a cult following almost, where people who watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventures are on this like awakened plane where they either gotta tell someone to watch JoJo's or just tell them they're missing out by not watching JoJo's. Cause I hear it though, cause you are generally gonna watch this show and not look away for a whole.
See, I've seen the first 2 episodes. Okay. I guess in the time when I was watching it, I was with a female and everything, so it just wasn't the way.
You got to get out the first season. In my opinion, the end of the first season not too bad. Even in the middle of the first season, you're gonna get something interesting. It's build up. It's all build up. Telling the story, bro. Me too, bro. Me too. But yeah, I'm watching JoJo's. I got some things on the list on the query. You feel me? It's a time thing, man. We moving in life, but have not watched any reality TV still. Anything to do with actual people. It's been a while. We'll come back to it one day.
You seen Tiger King?
Nope.
Oh, bro, you gotta watch Tiger King.
Apparently
Tiger King
is it.
That shit. I saw that maybe like a month ago. Man,
that was an experience, huh?
Cause I saw it after like the meminess of it wore off. You know what I'm saying?
Not on the internet like that. So
I'm on the internet and I saw like all the memes. I'm like, oh, Carol Baskins, whatever. Like that shit. That shit looked whatever. But then when you watch the first episode and you're like, goddamn.
It's like that. Huh?
You're like, goddamn. I can't stop.
Okay.
And cause it's just the whirlwind of just shit that goes on in these people's lives. It's almost like you can't even believe it.
I heard it,
you gotta watch it.
Nah, I mean I've heard shit about it.
And this comes from somebody who doesn't watch reality TV like that. I don't really like that kind of shit.
But that was.
But I'm like, this nigga owns.
I heard it wasn't like reality TV per se, as much as it's like they're really following a real ass nigga around with a camera and shit just hits the fan.
But it's wilder than any reality TV show I've ever seen.
That's cool. That's cool.
Like, he is this guy. He's this gay redneck that tried to run for. I think they're trying to be a governor. And he got a good percentage of the vote. Meanwhile, he's sent like assassins to kill the slave. It's like it's almost unbelievable.
Don't
And
spoil it no more.
me telling you that is like
Not
not
even
even
the
the like
Like I said, I've heard a
everything
good
in
amount.
the middle of
heard
all
about
that
it.
shit is because all the other stuff I knew about before I watched the show.
Mhm.
All that stuff was on the news.
Okay.
I've heard about him for a long time.
I didn't have any idea. Not
The show, everything in the middle, it's like people get bit by the tigers and shit.
I heard a chick loses an arm and a dude gets kidnapped.
It's crazy.
But
hard recommend.
I think it's because like
it's
I've
one of
heard
those
so
shows
much
that's
about
worth the
it.
hype. It's not like Lonzo.
Really?
It's worth the hype.
Not like Lonzo. What a discussion. All right. Fuck. But
you know I'm titling this podcast.
What, Nick? What you titling this?
You'll see.
Put some respect on Lonzo's name.
Nah, it's gonna be Lonzo.
All right, whatever. I haven't watched any movies. Just been sports.
We should honestly like watch a movie. We should watch like pick a movie
and just watch and discuss the movie.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I used to really watch movies.
Honestly, bro, you should get on the anime movie train, bro.
We're having this discussion again, Nick.
Bro, I don't think we had it on the podcast.
Not on the podcast, but we've had this discussion before.
Bro, like anime movies.
I'm not doubting you, Nick. We've had this discussion. I'm gonna get back to it one day. I'm distracted by other things. Thank you.
We get undistracted.
Stop being selfish.
I command you.
Stop telling me what to do.
I use my Geass.
All right, now let's talk about Code Geass.
Yeah, bro.
I use my Geass with your dumb ass. Where's the corny ass? I don't even got the right one. I hope it worked.
Nigga, you ain't even press it hard enough. It's like that. Anyways.
Why are you crying?
All right, that
we just having fun. We got hella sounds. We're gonna learn how to utilize
chessboards with
We're gonna learn how to utilize them bitches soon, but so I've been watching Code Geass.
All right, talk.
This is a Nana recommended show.
This is true.
And I'm not mad at Nana for recommending this show.
He was mad when I recommended him a tape. I didn't listen to him though.
I was mad about that shit.
I didn't listen to it.
We're not even about to bring it up because I didn't want to give
it.
that tape any promotion.
You can't blame me if I didn't listen to it. I just brought it up.
Anyways, Nana recommended this show called Code Geass. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, to be specific.
Boy, you already know about Lelouch, baby. GOAT season.
Now, no matter how I feel about this show, Lelouch is a top tier anime character.
Protagonist of the year. That's
I can't argue. I can't argue.
Yeah, we haven't had a good one this year.
You know, there's only one more. Only one above. SpongeBob.
Just wait till Patrick get the fight scene, bro. He gonna be main character. Watch.
That would be the ultimate twist.
I would be geeked.
Like SpongeBob dies in like the third episode.
Patrick got to take over. Goat shit.
Gary goes. Oh, bro, we haven't even seen Gary.
He was
yet.
in the intro.
I know, but we haven't like seen him like.
He's in there. He was in the intro. He's in the intro.
Viacom,
He's
fuck
gonna be
with us.
singing.
Viacom, Nickelodeon, fuck with us, please. We need this.
I don't think we should be the one making the announcement, but hey, you know what it is.
Hey, well, we can help.
Our voices matter.
All we can do is help. But anyways, back to Code Geass, bro.
Season 1, bro. How you rate it, bro?
Season 1, I would honestly, like, in my heart of hearts, give it a 5 out of 5. I honestly would.
Season, bro.
I honestly would.
To finish.
There's not much because even like the filler
is
really good.
It's really good.
It has a great balance of mystery in that every character has something that they're hiding from one another, and those character dynamics, you know, work so perfectly without me spoiling anything.
Bro,
I love like just the characters. I love their relationships with each other. I especially like Nanali, his sister. Like she's one of my favorite characters just because she's just like pure. She's the most pure character you know you could possibly get.
Bro, I just remembered Black Clover's back. I've been watching Black Clover. It's been nothing but filler though. It's been nothing but filler since it got back. I'm really disappointed about it. Don't rush to come back.
Yo, good looks.
Anytime.
Good looks.
Continue.
Because I'm not gonna hold you. Black Clover filler is not good.
It can be funny at times, but for most times, like, why not just waste 20-some minutes?
Black Clover is a very funny show.
It does. It's good comedic timing. I mean,
and it questionably has, in my opinion, the favorite comedian character in anime of this generation.
This man Charmy.
Who's better than Charmy?
The whole Konosuba cast, bro.
I haven't seen Konosuba's a comedy anime.
I'm
saying out of like battle anime, where there's always like that one comedic character.
You're talking to a guy who doesn't really care for comedic characters, but Charmy in a genuinely shonen anime, one of the funnier comedic characters. She is just
like there's never a moment where Charmy's on screen.
It
where
is
I'm
not
like,
a good vibe. Yes,
Charmy
genuinely.
is essentially what I want those characters to be, because
For the most part.
Charmy makes sense within the plot as well, because she's also she has a very
She's
powerful
strong as
lineage.
shit. She's actually strong as shit, bro.
Yeah,
That shit is
without
so
spoiling,
funny.
I won't spoil it, but
hey, bro, you gonna see Charmy. She gonna be strong as shit. I
Type
don't care
shit.
where you are in Black Clover. You don't know it.
She's
but
not.
You know it.
She's not just a comedy character. You feel me? Like
strong as shit.
when you get bad comedy characters,
It wastes your time.
it hurts.
It absolutely wastes your time. But back to Code Geass season 1.
And Code Geass has a bad.
Was he even that bad in season 1?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't. That's why I was.
That's
fine
why I
with
asked
it.
you. That's why I
because
rate
look,
season 1.
When I say 5 out of 5, I don't mean it has no flaws. Like I don't ever say like 5 out of 5 it has no
That's
flaws.
respectable.
Because everything has flaws.
That's respectable.
It's just a matter of, do those flaws matter in the
Did you
grand
watch
scheme of
Death
things?
Note?
Death Note is because Death Note's one season, right?
Technically one real long season.
So it's I can't give that a 5 out of 5 just based on the fact that I didn't like where it ended up.
No one does. But,
so I can't give that a 5 out of 5.
Okay, no, it was just a pure curious because I watched those around the same time. Brought up memories.
But it's
Code Geass first season.
I would say, as far as this show right now, as far as I can see, I don't know how it ends, obviously, because I'm 10 episodes away.
I asked you to.
It's on that same level. Like it's Death Note level.
It's up there. It is up there for me.
And Death Note's a great anime.
Fantastic. Certain people die and you get upset. But
Code Geass is a great anime. Like I wouldn't hold it against.
That's
like,
what I said.
if anybody like you did, if anybody like asked me like, "Yo, you see Code Geass?" I'm like, "Yeah, you should watch it."
You should watch. That's all I can ask. Like I said, I asked you to rate season 1 because you finished it. You haven't finished season 2. And
season 1 definitely is a 5 out of 5, but this season 2 it's looking like a 3 out of 5.
It doesn't start well. I will genuinely say that as someone who's watched it, does not start as well as one would hope. To be honest, the way they ended the first season, let's all be real, they shouldn't even really be in a second season. But they had to give us.
After that ending, you had to have a second season.
I mean, the money bags was calling, baby, calling.
So we can't get into it without spoilers.
Of course, that's why we got to move on to what else you watching.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing I'm watching, it's also playing as well because I'm watching and playing. That distracted me. Yeah. What I'm watching and playing is The Witcher. Have you ever heard of it?
I have. It's actually getting a live action series, isn't it?
It already has it. Sorry, on Netflix.
It's not getting another one. Someone just announced something about it.
It's getting season 2.
It's getting a season 2.
Yeah.
Word. Was it like 6 episodes the first time?
No, it's more like 11, I believe.
Oh wow, Witcher. I've seen an announcement about it. That's why I'm just googling it.
Are you familiar with it?
I am.
Are you familiar in terms of seeing it?
No, I know like it's about. I've seen the video game like clips of it and stuff like that, but I've never seen the live action joint.
So I've also been playing the video game. So I have a weird relationship with this video game. Bro.
Word.
Like I played this video game back when we were at Hampton. I had just gotten into my single dorm.
Okay.
And so I played maybe 10 hours of that video game. And I got pretty far in the story. It was more than 10 hours. It was maybe like 20 hours.
Jeez.
But in that game, 20 hours ain't shit.
Okay.
And the game works. You know what side quest is?
I'm sorry. TJ Warren just dropped 53
TJ Warren?
of the Suns.
Yeah, this is breaking news,
the
y'all.
Pacers, sorry. Formerly of the Suns.
This is breaking news.
To beat the Sixers.
That might be double his career high.
No, I think he's dropped 40 before.
Really?
I mean, he's always been a scorer. He's just not like very athletic. But to see him drop 53 on Philly.
I mean, look, after Terrence Ross scored 55 when he was on the mat, I think he was on Toronto. After I saw that, I'm like, any NBA player is capable of scoring X amount of points.
I didn't know we wasn't playing defense this bad, bro.
It's quarantine. It's quarantine ball, bro. Like niggas are still getting their legs.
That's true.
Like even in the best game of the season so far, Lakers versus Clippers, it was a very sloppy game.
Okay, here's your Witcher news. Witcher Blood Origin release date announced.
What is Blood Origin?
It is supposed to be a prequel to the first season.
Dang, they moving fast.
Apparently,
because they got a second season coming. They got
a prequel coming too.
So, but back to me, like
back to you,
back to me,
Whew.
back to me.
Who's important here?
Me. But back when I was in Hampton, like I played this game.
So you put in mad hours, you say?
But I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind
What
of
do you-
playing the game,
just
just play it, like
just not
skipping
paying
through
attention?
story and shit.
You are something else. You know that way.
Kind of liked how the game played. I
You
didn't
ain't
really
like the
care.
story?
No, I wasn't paying attention to it. It wasn't the right time
Why you buy the game?
to play the game.
All right, go ahead.
Not like just because
Nah.
when you listen to the story, it's a lot, bro.
All right.
Like it's a lot of like
You ain't come for no story time. You can't kill somebody.
right, and I wasn't just in the mind because it's almost like a medieval Grand Theft Auto.
That's what
We
I
can
was
kind of
trying to
just do whatever
remember
the
about
fuck you want to do in an
it.
open
Okay.
world.
It's
So
really open world, huh?
yeah, so it's completely open world.
That's dope.
And so I just abandoned it. I was like, fuck it. I gave it to one of my friends.
You did not care about that game, bro.
Yeah, and she moved away. So I never saw the game again. And you know what's great? I didn't care. I was like, I got my money's worth out of it. I played 20 hours of it. That's
didn't
most
care.
video games are 20 hours. So I was like, all right, cool.
Depends on the type of game you play, but
I'm saying like the majority of like just regular ass like Halo type games.
Okay.
Like 20 hours.
talking
give
about
or
just
take.
your normal shooters, I guess.
Normal shooters like Uncharted, you know what I'm saying? Last of Us. Stuff
Gotta
like
play
that.
Uncharted or Last of Us. Okay,
You should. Those are great
Were
games.
those 20-hour games? Really? I thought they had more going for.
Last of Us 2 is long, but I think
That's what I
the first Last of Us like 20 some hours.
God, you with none of these.
But I replayed this game like over quarantine. I have it on my Nintendo Switch now.
Okay, so you went and recopped it.
So I'm able to like when I'm over somebody's house or I'm in the park, just pull it out and play it.
Be in the park.
I check my log hours. I'm at 60 hours. So I've spent 80 hours with this game. And I am maybe 3 hours deeper in the story than I was when I stopped. Here's why. The side quests in the game is what makes the game.
So
not the
now
story.
you care.
No. The story is still the story. What I remember. The side character, like literally, when you enter a town, you can do your main quests, but you can also do these things called Witcher contracts.
This is why I only brought that up. You played the game 20 hours the first time and aren't too far back from where you are now after 60 hours.
Right.
So I feel like,
But it's not because I'm following the story more. It's because I'm
That's-
doing these side quests now.
So that's why I said.
And
it
the
looks like
side
you
quests
care
aren't
more
part.
now.
Yeah, I do. And the side quests aren't part of the story. You know what I'm saying? The
Okay.
side quests are just like he meets some lady who needs a ghost like killed, and then you go to kill the ghost, and the ghost is like her husband.
Are you actually watching the show, or are you?
This is the game.
So you're really just playing the game.
I'm also watching the show, but this is all from the game.
Okay, no, that's what I was trying to get at,
Yeah,
because that's where
I'm-
you started this with watching, and I was like, wait,
But I'm saying the game is what caused me to go watch the show.
got you.
You
Thank
know what I'm
for
saying?
putting this
Because
full
I'm
circle.
like, each and every one of these encounters with people who don't have anything to do with the main story is super interesting.
okay,
And I'm like, so is the show like this? Like, is the show where he's just kind of doing this? And yeah, the
Really?
show is in a lot of ways that he's traveling. There's a main story, but there's also random stuff he does because a Witcher in general is like a monster hunter.
okay.
They're genetically modified human beings
Ooh,
who basically act as like the Batman of they protect the.
Batman.
It'd be more like the Batman.
Depends on the scene.
I'll give it to myself.
Good call. Good call.
But yeah, I mean, I fuck with that game, and that game came out like 5 years ago. So I'm like, I feel late to the party because that game was like consider that like the best game, one of the best games of all time, one of the best selling games for both systems.
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, like I wish I had like kind of invested, but a lot was going on. I was in college and shit.
I remember being in college.
Yeah,
I was quite broke.
I was quite broke and quite busy, so it was hard to concentrate on
That's
just
such
one
an
game
ugly combination.
type shit. But the show, hard recommend on Netflix. Been out for a couple months as well, but it's if you were looking for something to replace Game of Thrones, this isn't on that same level.
Wait, how do we get the Game of Thrones?
I'm saying because they fit into that same vibe.
All right, cool. Never seen Game of Thrones, so
Yeah, I'm saying, but if anybody seen Game of Thrones, like it's on that same medieval vibe, but the characters are a lot different, and I think that is gonna be appealing to a lot of people. It's appealing to me. I'm really fucking with the world. It has the same type of world as Game of Thrones in terms of like there's a lot of mystical shit, but the mystical shit's fucked up. It's not like all whimsical and shit.
ooh, whimsical. Word of the day, baby.
Hey, word of the day.
All right,
I
I'm
like
better
that
at
shit.
this.
I like that shit.
I'm getting better. At
We should have a word of the day, like,
You gonna get on that,
and we
Go
should
ahead.
never plan it.
What do you mean never playing? Just
We should always just pick a word
from what we're talking about. Oh God, that's gonna be ugly.
Like you say some funny shit. Blowhorn word of the day. That's how we're gonna do it.
You heard it here first. All right, so is that it for what we're watching?
I mean, obviously we're watching basketball, soccer, and all that shit.
Boy,
so.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Chelsea lost today. I'm sick. Fuck Arsenal. But
Yeah.
y'all played good. We folded, bro. That's what folding teams do. We got hurt. People pulled up.
Shouts out to Arsenal. Nah, psych. Fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all. I hate Arsenal.
Bop, 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 bop. Oh yeah, you are a Spurs fan.
I'm a Spurs fan.
Ooh, so like when the season ends and another trophy's not won, do y'all celebrate?
No, we'll try again. You know where we go? The gym.
The gym. That's somewhere to go.
We'll get there.
All right,
We'll
I believe y'all.
Look,
will
not
one day.
everybody's Chelsea, bro.
I believe it. I believe it.
It's not my fault you picked this OP team.
I got no choice.
You know what
bro.
I'm saying?
My family's a Chelsea fan, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's not my problem. This is like how I picked the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you. Like I said, the Spurs, man.
It's
That's
like
tough.
I feel bad for anybody who's like a
Spurs fan.
A Hornets fan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, Spurs fan. Spurs have had 5 championships.
No, I meant the Tottenham.
Oh,
Spurs.
I'm sorry. You're right. I got.
They haven't won the big.
That's crazy how
Ever.
there's a Spurs.
Yeah,
There's a Spurs in both leagues.
Totally. One's a Hotspur. One's a Hotspur, and one's just
it's still random as fuck.
It is.
I have a question.
I think the basketball one's more random. It's the literal back of a shoe.
Yeah. I wonder who decided that one.
Someone from Texas. I promise you that.
Spur. But last thing, let's talk about some music. It's been kind of a dry week.
Yeah,
I'd say.
It was dry because Uzi and Future got hopes up, like Lonzo Ball's future basketball. I mean, what was it saying?
Wow. This is why it's called Lonzo, because there's so much hate being spread.
It's not hate. It's my honest opinion on a basketball player, and because you don't agree with it, you call it hate.
Nana
this is the problem.
Nana is the Donald Trump of hating Lonzo Ball. Just want it to be known right now.
Hey, yo, help me, help him. I don't feel
you're running an
anti
anti-Lonzo campaign right
bro,
now.
We
And
even
I don't like
agreed,
it. I don't like
we
it.
even
bro.
agreed on what teams he would start on, and you still think I'm a hater?
He would start on 1/4 of the teams in the NBA. How is that horrible? How does that make him a horrible player? No one's saying he's an all-star right now.
I'm telling you, he could win a great championship as a backup point guard. It's not that difficult, bro. It's really not that difficult. So Reggie Jackson could lead a team, bro.
You think Reggie Jackson's better than Lonzo Ball?
Offensively, that's for sure.
Oh my god.
Offensively,
no. I wouldn't put offensively. Scoring, yes. Offensively, no. Lonzo's a better playmaker as a point guard.
I don't think he's that worse as a playmaker.
Like, is shooting the only form of offense?
What do you want to argue? Layups too?
Is playmaking not offense?
Is Reggie Jackson that much worse of a playmaker than Lonzo?
I would say he's worse.
I would say he's worse. I wouldn't say it's that far of a cliff.
I'd say he's worse. And the only thing and it's not like Reggie Jackson, Steph Curry out here. Reggie Jackson not making shots like that. Reggie Jackson
making him better than Lonzo.
He making shots better than Lonzo, but he ain't playmaking like Lonzo. He ain't defending like Lonzo. Like, come on, bro.
If we look
bro.
If we look at Reggie Jackson starting assists,
like Reggie Jackson just not we're not looking at Reggie Jackson the same because Reggie Jackson over exceeded his expectations when he came in the league. Let's be real.
Expectations.
I'm saying like Lonzo's looked at as
Reggie Jackson
failing his expectations.
Reggie Jackson started definitely average of more than 8 assists a game.
You say he started average?
When he's starting, when he's getting 30 minutes plus, can average 8 assists a game easy.
I challenge you. He's never that average that. I challenge.
Oh, Dick, why you do this?
I'm throwing the challenge flag on that one.
Oh, we need this music, baby.
I might have to get that music, to be honest.
Let's go to this.
Man, I typed in Reggie Jackson and he didn't even come up first.
He's not the important one, all right? What do you want?
Bruh.
You type in Michael Jordan and don't put the B. I promise you're not going to get who you're looking for.
You type in Michael Jordan and then you get the basketball player.
I said if you type in Michael Jordan and don't put the B, you're not going to like what you see. Let's go assist.
I'm wrong, but that's fine. That's fine.
Challenge lost,
I would argue though that the discrepancy between his best assist season and the second best is very high. That is like kind of an aberration in my opinion.
6.2.
He literally is a 3 assist difference.
It really is.
That is insane.
Funny enough, he was a better shooter the next year though.
It's like He's not a better.
He can
player.
run an offense just fine.
He had his highs are better. But let's be real, in his first, and if you
He
compare
didn't
Lonzo's
start a
first,
game till his third season.
that's a fair point.
Fair point. That's a fair point, ain't it?
That's a fair point.
Hey, leave it where
I'm
it is.
willing to give you fair points.
Leave it where
I'm
it is,
saying,
bro.
but are you arguing that right now he's a better player? Because that's what I was saying at first. Like, is he a better player right now?
Let him start on the team, and let me see what numbers he put up.
He gonna put up 15, 5, and 3. That's what he's gonna put up.
With a good 3-point percentage?
Let's see.
38?
Relatively.
38.
Let's look at Lonzo's hollowed stats. Let's see.
God, don't do that to him.
I'm curious because we haven't established this.
We haven't.
This is why this podcast has to be called Lonzo. We spent so much time.
He's literally been. I'm curious to see how you're gonna chop
and I feel
this
like
up.
it's been you.
I'm just
I don't think I have brought him up once.
Just scroll him down, bro. Go to the stats.
I'm trying to find him.
Also, just scroll. Are they not career stats? It's 4.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Wait, why is the stats for this year not up here?
That's a great question.
See, they're trying. See.
Who are you blaming, Nick?
I feel like Nana went to the Wikipedia before we started. Press edit.
Nick, if I did, checkmate, bro. If I
press
did,
edit real quick.
Nick, if I foresaw you doing this and was able to win this argument,
he intercepted the Wikipedia.
Just to prove you wrong. Who are you arguing with right now, bro? Your computer doesn't even want to agree with you. Your old technology is like, chill out, bro. I'm trying to save you the time.
I feel like Verizon was fucking with me.
I'm trying to tell you right now.
I feel like Nana called Verizon.
Word, I called them. Oh God, it be your own.
All right, we're gonna see Lonzo's stats. So he's averaging 12, 6, and 7.
That is quality for a starter, bro.
Like,
Too bad I wouldn't start him.
That is so shameful. He's averaging that is pretty decent. Like, for being honest.
For a starting NBA point guard without a jump shot, these are great numbers. And he plays good defense.
Lonzo is not as good as advertised, but he's better than nothing.
Agreed.
He's better.
A lot of things are better than nothing, Nick.
He's better than 1/4.
Great argument.
He's better than 1/4.
I hope you sleep better at night.
He will win Finals MVP
in 2K Sim Dynasties.
That's not funny. You trying to counteract my sound effect?
It worked.
Nigga, what music have you been listening to?
Oh, that what we doing?
Yeah.
It's been dry, bro. Like
I ain't even giving you a good segue.
Uzi, and you never do, honestly. This is no difference whether you try to or not.
I feel like I'm 50-50.
Uzi and Future dropped 2 new tracks. The world was up for a tape. I thought a music video was coming. We got something. Nick hasn't heard him. I'm gonna have to get him hip. I thought Pat Tech was better than the other. I think it's Over My Head. And yeah, I think there are tracks that
are they more Uzi or more Future?
More Uzi.
Okay. More
Uzi. So I truly believe if a tape's coming, it's gonna be heat. That's just how I feel about it. But that's just me talking. It's been kind of quiet though. Dom Kennedy and Hit Boy dropped the second part of their collab. I forgot what they're like when they come together. They had a name. I guess I don't know.
Dom always gets a listen just based on his past material.
I would hope so. But I'm a big Hit Boy fan more than anything. Believe it or not, I just love what he's put out.
I feel like I'm a fan of Hit Boy, but I can't really recommend any like recent Hit Boy shit.
I wouldn't go around telling you to listen to his rapping career. As much
no,
as
I'm saying like as far as beats go, like even beats, like what are some recent beats?
You should listen to the first Dom Kennedy and him tape.
Those beats are really I understand that. I'm saying recent beats.
Oh, like what are we taking? Last 6 months even?
It's like 5 years. Like
like I said, you should listen to the Dom Kennedy.
And tape. The new one.
Nah, the first one.
That was a long time ago, right?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years? Then they like what? I feel like Hit Boy and him have been collaborating for a while.
They didn't drop a tape till 2018.
Okay, I haven't heard that tape, so I'll listen to that tape.
It's a good tape. It's a good tape.
I thought you were talking about some old project. Yeah,
but I see what you're saying. His prime might be gone, but that's.
I mean, his prime is Niggas in Paris,
and it might be gone. So, but
it's hell of a prime.
Hell of a prime. Hear me out. he put out some content, man. Like that. That's production.
I feel like he's
So-
just caking off probably the royalties, and he's like,
I feel like he doesn't even really have to make music no more.
he's
He
like,
just,
I'm gonna work with the artists who I want to work with,
Yeah,
type
for
shit.
sure. He doesn't-
and
yeah.
I'm gonna rake in these checks.
He don't gotta.
I respect that completely
He don't gotta argue with nobody about the bills. That's for
because
sure.
no one can ever say he's a bad producer.
Oh, I'm not going to. I hit play whatever he produces.
Type
To be
shit.
honest.
He's not. I don't think he's a great trap producer.
Oh, he produced something with SO. I forgot their name. The SOBRBE. He produced a whole tape by them. I liked it. I really liked it.
See, those beats are good.
Those.
I do not like that. I tried.
Oh.
I tried listening to.
It's
them.
more Cali shit than it is anything else.
There was
but
something about it that just
Really?
didn't like.
It- like I
It
said,
didn't. It didn't rub me the right way. I guess.
More
I
Cali
like
shit.
the beats though. The beats are solid.
more
what was-
Cali shit.
What was the project you were hyping up?
Oh my gosh, I got apps. Huh?
What's the project you were hyping up? The kid look.
Nigga, you told me about it. Why? You
I
telling
did. But I'm
me?
like, you were telling me about it right in the
I was
break.
saying
Like,
this. Nah, this is definitely what I've been listening to. I gotta find my pick. Was definitely what I've been
Hell
listening
yeah.
to. Shut up, Nick. Because I've been sitting here smoking.
I should just throw one.
Bruh, it's over there. You gonna have to clip this. You're not gonna sit here roasting me. Nick told me to listen to a tape called "Fuck Love" by the Kid Laroi. I had actually already seen the tape before Nick told me about it, but I ain't know who Kid Laroi was or anything about this tape. Cover was dope though. I'm a big fan of anime being used in covers like that. So shout out to
I
him.
kind of don't like it.
You gotta do it right, in my opinion. Some is whack, some's not whack.
I guess the bar is always Uzi, and I feel like that is just like
He really.
it almost feels like you're copying him.
I
when
feel
you
like
do it.
yeah, I'm about to
'Cause,
say, he
like,
put a lane in
Because
that.
even when X did it, I was like, you're copying Uzi.
I generally think Uzi set like a trend when he started doing that shit.
Yeah.
Because people low-key been doing cartoon like backgrounds and stuff,
But
when
not
he really got
anime.
straight anime, it was like
And I can't think of anybody before Uzi.
they probably did it. You just didn't know about him.
Yeah, but Uzi was the one who blew up with it.
It's
you
the
know?
situation.
Not
you can't
because of it,
argue
because Uzi was gonna blow up.
he was
regardless.
gonna make good music. It's
But-
like that he did it and it blew up. It's the
Right.
combination. So I hear you loud and clear. But yeah, the Kid Laroi. Like me personally, I already told Nick. I think the production still is a show. He's got a good track on this project for sure. There's more than one, but the production go fucking crazy. I mean, genuinely drums
with no name producers either.
I mean, well, they're no name because we ain't never heard of them. But
no name in terms of like they're not your usual suspects. They're new niggas making a lane. You know what I'm saying?
110%.
Overall, to me, like I think that he definitely did his thing. I agree with you that the beats were the bigger story, but those are really good beats.
They were
They're
fantastic. I
very-
mean,
The So Sick sample, just
I
like
genuinely
because
feel-
honestly, I saw that and I was like, I don't think it's So Sick. I don't think it's So Sick. I saw it on the track list.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh,
yeah.
his name's So Sick.
He
And
had
I
it
was
in parentheses.
thinking, I wish there was a trap version of that beat. And then it plays.
You got what
And
you
I was
wanted.
like,
You got exactly what you wanted.
I was low key mad because I was like, damn, I can't make that now.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, I was like, this shit is fire.
It was
like
heat.
that beat was crazy. The beat on Running was crazy. The beat on Maybe was crazy.
Beat on maybe the best beat on the table. I'm just putting that out
I
there,
agree
but
completely.
Fuck,
I
man.
I would say it's the best. I wouldn't say it's my favorite just because that's So Sick
It's
beat.
one of the better.
That So Sick beat was just I used to love that song.
I
So just hearing that as a trap beat, it was like, okay.
I believe
But yeah, Maybe it's probably the best overall beat on the album.
it all went
Maybe
well.
is maybe
Same
the best
thing.
track.
I thought they did that well. I mean, it produced wonderfully.
What's
I
the
think,
song with Juice WRLD?
Go.
That song's go too.
I think Juice WRLD came in well on that.
I don't think there was a bad song.
No, the song with
May-
Clear something.
Who?
I forgot to go to track list now. Fuck.
Me too.
It's one of the features. I deleted it off first. I'm gonna just be real with you now. I didn't like
Damn.
the feature at all.
Damn.
Made me literally get rid of the song.
I don't remember it, so
Yeah,
shit.
it must not
It
been
must
that
not be
funny.
memorable. I probably press skip really quick
Phew.
because I be
Like that.
listening to that stuff when I'm running and shit. So it's like that shit is.
Not it.
But it's not on the wave, and
Here
I'm
it
trying
is.
to catch a
It's
wave
Not
running.
Fair by Corbin, or featuring Corbin.
You don't like that song?
Yeah,
I like that
quick.
song.
But I got rid of it.
You
quick.
do you like Corbin?
I hated this part.
Do you like Corbin
I
in
don't know
general?
who he is.
Corbin is Spooky Black.
Who?
Oh damn, Ian is crying right now. Yo, that's one of Ian's favorite artists. Like he's a really dope singer.
Okay.
I will definitely say that was not a good representation of his music.
Huh.
But he's on that he's like you know like what's that nigga? Like little ugly man.
Yeah.
Like
alright.
he's on that cloud rap shit, but he's a singer.
Okay.
So I like his style. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan.
Okay.
But yeah, I was and you like that song? Damn.
Nah, I wasn't too big on I
Okay.
Wish either, but that was more on the hook than anything else. And
I didn't like that song. You're right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that song.
Erase You was pretty forgettable. But like I said,
okay.
quality project. Real quality project. Especially for something I didn't see coming at all.
Especially for a debut record from a 16-year-old.
That is truth.
So shouts out to him. Shouts out to his future budding career. Hopefully Corona allows us to get back to concerts and shit. I definitely go see him live, you know what I'm saying? Throw some support.
My hair looks much less snappy now. Oh yeah, shout out to him though. Shout out to him.
That was definitely the wrong one, but you know, we're gonna get used to it. Honestly, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put like a sheet.
You should.
I'm gonna get a sheet just
Put
like with all of
stickers or something. You get yourself to remember.
Nigga, I ain't putting stickers on my fucking beat pad. That's for damn sure.
He means that, bitch.
That's
apparently.
That's
Hey man, some motherfuckers fuck with stickers. Stop being a hater.
Now on my fucking beat. I think it did because it was like I dropped the bomb, then the bomb just like kind of settled.
Now that had the effect.
And it got me feeling like.
Why are you crying?
I mean, that's such an ugly. Delete the sound.
Nah,
bro.
that's one of my favorite vines. That's one of my favorite vines from back in the day.
I guess. Go ahead, dude. Your shout outs to all y'all for tuning in.
Yo, shouts out everybody.
Fuck what you heard. We out here, podcast season.
I don't care if it's 1 million. I don't care if it's 1,000. I don't care if it's
10.
1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I want 10. That's a number. If I don't get 10 plays,
you getting too greedy.
Nah, bro.
You getting too greedy.
I'm gonna play myself 10 times before I'll get 9 plays by nobody.
Nigga, don't play yourself.
I have to, bro. That's the dignity.
Nigga,
thing.
if you play yourself, you played yourself.
Do you know? Well, yeah. All right.
Thank y'all again. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be here next week. You know, if anybody has any topics they want us to talk about,
oh please, because
you know what I'm saying, put it on the comment section. You know, because it'd be a struggle sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially this week. Like when Trump don't be doing like super wild shit,
I can't help.
It's kind of hard to like kind of get topics when the government's kind of like.
About to say, I don't be paying attention to shit, so
I do when it was kind of slump,
It was quiet though, so recommendations.
When Tory don't be shooting Meg in the foot, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Like the news cycle
canceled.
Canceled? That's what happened.
You're not supposed to joke on that. That's cancel culture coming from you, bro.
Oh my god.
Hey,
cancel culture. I'm not cancelable. Quote me.
Yeah.
Quote me.
I guess.
Quote me.
Bars.
Yo, but thanks again, y'all. This is the Rando Convo podcast. Yo, whoa. Put them back on. Yo, plug your socials real quick, boy. Where can niggas find you? Where can niggas find you at, bro?
Add me on Snapchat at NYKOTT. It should be floating around here somewhere. Y'all not paying real attention.
Nigga, we gonna be on this marketing shit, bro.
All right.
Beats. I make good beats.
He did me good beats.
We gonna post the podcast on my SoundCloud as well.
I'm gonna get on my beat shit. Give me time.
The year 4000. Follow me on SoundCloud. The Real Thomas at Twitter. Follow me there. Visit my website, theyear4000.com. The podcast will be on there as well. Follow us, yo. We appreciate anything we get. Thank y'all. This is the Rando Podcast. Signing out, y'all. Let's go.
How did that go?